Chapter 441. Here comes the inheritance of memories again. Wang Zhong stopped where he was and thought of something. This memory was not a transformation of his body, but an auxiliary method for cultivation. The Tyrannosaurus constitution needed a long time to temper the body, so it needed the spiritual liquid to transform it. The spiritual liquid needed to be bought, boiled in warm water, and then soaked in it. It was easy to say but difficult to do, because all of these herbs were extremely precious, and some of them could not be bought with silver. They had to be bought with jade. This discovery disappointed Wang Zhong a little, but no matter what, he still memorized the herbs he needed one by one. There were a total of 4 kinds. 2 of them were not expensive and were easy to get. One was expensive, and the other was not much, but the price was higher. Wang Zhong guessed that the sect must have these things, but the price was conceivable. With his current status, he could not afford them at all. At this time, Wang Zhong thought of going to the mountains to pick herbs. With his strength, there was absolutely no problem going into the mountains now. He just needed to figure out some routes before going in, or simply hire a guide. Atu. While he was thinking, a disciple ran over. Wang Zhong hurriedly walked over when he saw who it was. Atu, the disciples are all in the training field. Why aren't you working? Oh no, I took too long to absorb the memories and forgot the time. Sorry, senior brother. I overslept. I'll be right there. Wang Zhong replied apologetically. Go quickly. I've asked a junior brother to replace you temporarily. You can still make it if you go now. This sect was quite humane. Wang Zhong felt warm in his heart and thanked him repeatedly. After he went over, he began to sweep the ground. But after a while, Zhou Yunqiu and a few friends looked at him strangely and walked over. These people were obviously up to no good. They were eating melon seeds as they walked. Not only were they eating melon seeds, but they were also deliberately throwing them here and there. After a while, these 5 or 6 people threw melon seeds all over the ground. What are you doing? Why don't you sweep the leaves over there? Also clean up the melon seeds on the ground. These people had been spitting out melon seeds for a while, but Wang Zhong was still sweeping the floor quietly. Zhou Yunqiu, who wanted to cause trouble for Wang Zhong, felt like she had punched the air. Therefore, he had no choice but to take the initiative to attack and cause trouble for Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong cast a sidelong glance at Zhou Yunqiu and said calmly, I know. I'll sweep it right away. Wasn't this attitude a little too polite? Zhou Yunqiu and her friends looked at each other. One of his friends threw the melon seeds back to where Wang Zhong had just swept the floor and shouted, Here too. Wang Zhong frowned slightly, then relaxed and said, Why don't I wait for you to finish eating the melon seeds before sweeping the floor? As your senior brother, I have the right to supervise you, Zhou Yunqiu said bluntly. Senior brother Zhou, I don't know how I offended you. Or do you think I disturbed your chivalry yesterday? Wang Zhong said lightly, Because you got close to someone you shouldn't get close to. Do you understand? Zhou Yunqiu leaned over and said proudly, Do you know your mistake? Please enlighten me. Wang Zhong thought for a long time, but he still couldn't figure out who he had gotten close to. Logically speaking, Zhou Yunqiu shouldn't be so narrow-minded as to cause trouble for him because of yesterday's incident. You're still playing dumb. Zhou Yunqiu snorted. It's not too late to apologize in your heart. In the future, behave yourself with your tail between your legs, or be my follower. I, Zhou Yunqiu, will be magnanimous and let you go. Wang Zhong sighed softly. He could tolerate, but it didn't mean that he could admit defeat without a limit. He still had the pride of a fox. Therefore, in the face of Zhou Yunqiu's unreasonable request, Wang Zhong immediately shook his head and said, I'm sorry. I'm not playing dumb, and I won't behave myself with my tail between my legs. If there's nothing else, please leave. I still have to sweep the floor. If you disturb me again, I'll tell the elders. Oh, you still want to complain? Zhou Yunqiu sneered. The people around him also sneered. If you dare to complain, I'll teach you a lesson. Your hut is by the stream, right? Be careful not to tear it down. Naturally, these people were threatening him. Wang Zhong glanced at them coldly and said, Do as you wish. However, according to the sect rules, if you do that, as long as I tell the elders, they'll definitely punish you. In serious cases, They'll even expel you from the sect. Their expressions changed. They wanted to scare Wang Zhong, but they didn't expect Wang Zhong's reply to be so reasonable. He wasn't afraid of them at all. Do you know who my sister is? Do you think the sect will expel me because of you? Zhou Yunqiu said angrily. If you can use this as a threat, it means that you're afraid. Wang Zhong shook his head. And you're a man. How can you use your sister as a shield? You've really opened my eyes. You. Zhou Yunqiu felt even more uncomfortable. She felt as if her mouth had been stuffed with feces. Senior brother Zhou, there's no need to talk nonsense with him. I'm still in the qi refinement realm. I want to challenge him. Yes, I want to challenge him too. Zhou Yunqiu's heart skipped a beat. Yes, we want to challenge you. I'm sorry, but I've already been challenged this month, Wang Zhong said. Well, as long as you're here, we'll challenge you every month. Ha ha ha. They were extremely proud and continued to eat sunflower seeds. How can these people be like this? Yeah, that miscellaneous disciple is so pitiful. He's already the lowest disciple, but he's still being bullied. That disciple's name is Tu, right? Tu. The one who bullied him is called Zhou Yunqiu. He's the younger brother of senior sister Zhou Yunxia. Ah, no wonder they look so alike. I didn't expect senior sister Zhou Yunxia to be such a good person. But her younger brother is so evil. Isn't that so? The incident naturally attracted the attention of some disciples. Many people began to whisper. Unfortunately, although many people sympathized with Wang Zhong, none of them came to help. After all, he was just a miscellaneous disciple. Who would pay attention to him? After that, Zhou Yunqiu and the others left after eating sunflower seeds. Before they left, they even threatened to come back tomorrow to eat sunflower seeds. After sweeping the ground, Wang Zhong went back. He didn't care about Zhou Yunqiu and the others, because he had more important things to do. He was going to pack his things and go to the elder in charge of foreign affairs to ask about going to Zhongshan Forest. Zhongshan Forest was located at the edge of the Zhongshan sect. The forest was much larger than the forest beside Stone Village. It was said that there were many medicinal herbs growing in the depths of the forest, where the spiritual energy was rich. Therefore, Wang Zhong planned to go there. When he came to the elder in charge of foreign affairs, and heard that Wang Zhong wanted to go to Zhongshan Forest, the elder said earnestly, "What are you thinking? You're so weak. You'll die if you go there." "Elder, I'm only at the periphery, and I'm going there with my friends." Wang Zhong explained patiently. In fact, he didn't have any friends. He said this to reassure the elder in charge of foreign affairs. "Okay, but you have to bring your friends here and let me take a look. Only then can I let you in." Thank you, elder." Wang Zhong was a little helpless. It was so troublesome to go to the forest. If that was the case, he had to find a few people to go with him. He left. As soon as he arrived at his residence, he saw a few women standing in front of his house. These women were quite beautiful. He had seen the leader before. She seemed to be the senior sister here called Zhou Yunxia. What are they doing here? Wang Zhong frowned and walked over. Senior sister, this miscellaneous disciple is quite capable. I remember that this place used to be the residence of another miscellaneous disciple. It seems that because the living conditions were too bad, he lost his Tao heart and went down the mountain. I didn't expect this miscellaneous disciple called Atu to take care of it so well. Wang Zhong hadn't gone over yet when a female disciple said in a clear voice, "Yes, the small wooden house next to it looks newly built. He's too capable. Look, there's dried fish at the door. My God, the food is quite rich. There's prawns in the house and some wild vegetables and fruits. TSK. This is the most capable miscellaneous disciple I've seen." Another female disciple said. She picked up the dried fish and sniffed it. It smelled very good. It smelled like dahai. "What are you doing here?" Wang Zhong walked over at this time and nodded slightly to Zhou Yunxia. "Senior sister Zhou. Junior brother, you're here." Zhou Yunxia turned around and directly said the purpose of her visit. "I know what my brother did to you today." "Your brother?" Wang Zhong thought for a moment and said, "Zhou Yunxiu is your brother?" "Yes." "Well, if you want to speak up for him, then forget it. I still don't know why he's causing trouble for me. If you want to cause trouble for me, although I'm just a miscellaneous disciple, I'll tell the elders what you did. You misunderstood. Zhou Yunxia shook her head helplessly. I'm here this time to sincerely apologize to you. Oh, my brother has been spoiled by my parents since he was young. He doesn't know the consequences of his actions. I'm very sorry about what he did to you. I'll never let him do it again, Zhou Yunxia said. Wang Zhong nodded slightly. It's fine. Junior brother, don't worry. Senior sister is a very good person. Senior brother Zhou Yunxia will definitely not cause trouble for you in the future. A female disciple who was touching dried fish walked over. Speaking of which, where did you go just now? There's quite a lot of food hanging at the door. Wang Zhong said. I just went to the external affairs elder to report that I wanted to go to Zhongshan Forest, but he didn't let me go. He said that I'm too weak unless I can go with someone. Let's go together. Zhou Yunxia immediately smiled and said. We're also planning to go to Zhongshan Forest. My brother bullied you, so I'll take you with me this time as an apology. Wang Zhong raised his eyebrows. This senior sister Zhou was quite a good person. She didn't bully them because of her high status. No wonder she had so many fans, and even more male disciples who liked her. Wang Zhong agreed immediately. It couldn't be better with these people leading the way. Chapter 442. Early the next morning, Wang Zhong packed up his things and went to the gate of the sect. In addition to Zhou Yunxiu and the 4 senior sisters from yesterday, there were 3 more male disciples waiting there. These people were going to enter the Zhongshan Forest together. The 3 male disciples were all inner disciples. Wang Zhong knew the leader, Qiu Renji, who was one of the more senior inner disciples. Isn't this the junior brother, who usually sweeps the floor of the martial arts field? Is he going with us? Qiu Renji looked at Zhou Yunxia and was a little confused. Although the Zhongshan Forest was not very dangerous, it was not a place where a miscellaneous disciple could enter and leave at will. It was very troublesome to let Wang Zhong follow them. This junior brother wants to go into the mountain to pick herbs, so I let him follow us. Junior brother Qiu, don't worry, Zhou Yunxia said. Qiu Renji looked at Wang Zhong and said, Junior brother, when the time comes, follow us. Don't go too far, understand? I understand. Wang Zhong did not say anything. Then the group of people packed up and began to go down the mountain. Wang Zhong always walked at the back. Not only could he keep a low profile, but he was also in the safest position. He would not be the first to be targeted when there was danger. Zhou Yunxia and Qiu Renji walked at the front. Both of them were the strongest, so they were the most confident. In Wang Zhong's opinion, Zhou Yunxia should be stronger. After all, she was the eldest senior sister, and her aura was stronger. Qiu Renji's aura was domineering, but it did not mean that he was strong. Instead, it showed that he did not have perfect control of his aura. The other senior brothers and sisters also had their own strengths. They were all in the foundation establishment realm. He was the only one who seemed to be in the Qi refinement realm. The Zhongshan Forest was halfway up the mountain of the Zhongshan sect. It was more than 10 miles north. It was not far, but the road was difficult to walk. After more than 2 hours, the group arrived at the entrance of the forest. This place was inside the forest. The entrance was at the foot of the mountain. Usually, some hunters at the foot of the mountain would enter the mountain. Because it was inside the forest, there were many fierce beasts. The so-called fierce beasts were different from the demonic beasts. Fierce beasts were strong, but they did not have intelligence. They did everything by instinct. However, demonic beasts had intelligence. In a sense, the only difference between humans and demonic beasts was their bodies. After entering, the spirit chi here was indeed rich. Wang Zhong took a deep breath. He could feel the Yao core in his mind trembling with excitement. However, he also knew that the better the place, the greater the danger. Although he had some strength now, he couldn't stay in this place for too long just to be safe. More than an hour later, some of the disciples who came and began to search for what they needed. Although it was said that every disciple had the protection of the sect, what the sect provided was only basic protection. If they wanted to obtain more cultivation resources, they still had to search for them through their own efforts. Every disciple's cultivation method was different, so it was not strange that they each had their own cultivation materials. Junior brother, It'll be dangerous if you go any further. You can stay here. There's no need to go in, Qiurenji said to Wang Zhong. Then he recognized the path and continued. I think some of the materials I need are still inside. I'll go in first. Take care, senior brother, Wang Zhong said. At this moment, only Zhou Yunxia was left beside him. Zhou Yunxia looked like she also wanted to go in, but she was more responsible. Considering that Wang Zhong was here, she was worried that after she went in, Wang Zhong would be taken away by something. That would be troublesome. Seeing that Zhou Yunxia wanted to go in, Wang Zhong smiled and said, Senior sister Zhou, don't worry about me. If you want to go in, you can go in. Okay, junior brother, wait here. I'll be back soon. It's okay. Before Zhou Yunxia left, she gave Wang Zhong a short sword to protect himself before leaving. What a good senior sister. Wang Zhong sighed in his heart. He looked around, thinking that it was about time for him to leave this place. Moving his body, Wang Zhong ran in a direction where no one had gone before. He didn't transform into his fox form. This state was a bit troublesome. Although he could transform his body, it was inconvenient for him to salute with his clothes. Moreover, when he transformed from a fox into a human, he didn't have any clothes on his body. It was very inelegant, so he walked in his human form, but it was slower in this state. Due to his sensitive sense of smell, Wang Zhong knew everything around him like the back of his hand. Half an hour later, Wang Zhong picked a lot of herbs, and even picked some herbs that he didn't need for the time being. Although he didn't need them for the time being, and their grades weren't very high, the sect had a rule that if he brought back useful herbs, he could exchange them for contribution points. Finally, he was busy until the afternoon. After eating some dry food, Wang Zhong carried his bulging luggage and prepared to go back. But at this time, a faint smell of blood suddenly wafted into his nostrils. The smell was very faint. If he wasn't an old fox, he wouldn't be able to smell it at all. Is there something up ahead? Wang Zhong muttered and turned to run back the way he came. He just wanted to pick herbs and leave. He didn't want to worry about the outside world. While walking, Wang Zhong guessed in his heart that he didn't know where the smell of blood came from. Judging from the smell, it was a human. Zhou Yunxia was strong. If it was her smell, then it would definitely make a big movement. After all, her strength was there. It was very difficult to defeat her. As for Qiurenji, he also had the power to fight. Then this smell should be from the other disciples. In his heart, he mourned for that disciple. At this moment, Wang Zhong had already arrived at the place where they separated. No one came back here. An ominous premonition arose. Suddenly, he saw Zhou Yunxia rushing out of the forest. At this moment, Zhou Yunxia was covered in blood and looked very embarrassed. Wang Zhong's face changed. Just as he was about to hide, he heard Zhou Yunxia's sharp voice. Why are you still here? You didn't let me hide. Wang Zhong turned his head and said with a cold face. If not here, then where should I be? Ayu didn't tell you? Ayu was a small follower of Zhou Yunxia. Wang Zhong shook his head. I haven't seen anyone since I entered the forest. What's wrong? Oh no. You go. There are enemies coming to trouble you. Zhou Yunxia shouted anxiously. It seemed a little embarrassing to leave like this. He sensed that no one was chasing behind Zhou Yunxia, so he asked. What's wrong? I can go back and call for support right away. It's a bear. Zhou Yunxia gasped for breath and said with an ugly face. Qiurenji, that madman. The purpose of coming here this time is to hunt the bear and take the bear gall. The bear is one of the strongest fierce beasts in the forest, but the bear usually doesn't take the initiative to attack people. This time, Zhou Yunxia was like this, probably because Qiurenji took the initiative to attack the bear. What about the others? Wang Zhong asked. Qiurenji attacked a bear. I didn't expect that it was just a cub. Now the cub's parents have arrived. I and the others encountered it before and barely retreated here. Unfortunately, I was separated from the others. Then I'll go call for help. And you go, I'm going to save the others. Zhou Yunxia said and took a pill. If you go in now, I'm afraid it will be dangerous. It's better to retreat with me. Wang Zhong had a good impression of the senior sister. Not only was she upright, she also took care of her junior brothers and sisters. Naturally, he didn't want anything to happen to her. but Zhou Yunxia resolutely shook her head and said, "No, I'm the eldest senior sister. How can I run away alone?" Zhou Yunxia clenched her teeth and persevered, but the blood on her body had already soaked her clothes. "You go." After saying that, Zhou Yunxia suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood, and then fell to the ground powerlessly. At this time, Wang Zhong noticed that there were a few claw marks on Zhou Yunxia's back. "Senior sister Zhou, you're poisoned." Wang Zhong was shocked. Zhou Yunxia looked at Wang Zhong with lifeless eyes. "I didn't expect that the ape's claws were poisonous." "Stop talking, I'll take you away." Although he didn't want to cause any trouble, it didn't mean that he didn't care about the consequences. Zhou Yunxia was a good person, so he would naturally save her. Sensing the aura in the depths of the forest, it seemed that a tyrannical beast was rushing over. Wang Zhong hurriedly carried Zhou Yunxia and left this place. Not long after, an ape rushed out. Smelling the residual smell of blood in the air, the ape let out a loud roar. This roar seemed to be reminding something, and the sound spread further and further. Soon, there was a response from the surroundings of the forest. Wang Zhong's eyes focused. According to the records of apes were social creatures. When the ape king encountered something, the other apes would help. "I'm afraid it's chasing after us." After walking a few steps, he suddenly saw a pool of blood on the ground. "No wonder there's a bloody smell around here." Wang Zhong's eyes lit up, and he said to the weak Zhou Yunxia, "You still want to find your juniors? I'm afraid they've already run out." Hearing this, Zhou Yunxia's strength increased a little. She raised her eyes and looked not far away. Sure enough, there were pools of blood on the ground, as well as the belongings of a few juniors who fell when they ran away in a panic. "So they ran out," Zhou Yunxia murmured. Wang Zhong didn't say anything, but he felt pity for Zhou Yunxia. She tried her best to enter the forest to save people, but the people she wanted to save had already left. Rustle, 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 footsteps came from the front, and Wang Zhong shouted, "Senior Zhou and I are out." The sound stopped, and Qiurenji walked out from the bushes, followed by two other juniors. The three of them didn't seem to be in good condition, especially Qiurenji, whose chest was full of blood. Behind the three of them were Zhou Yunxia's juniors. They didn't seem to be attacked, and they were in good condition. When they saw Zhou Yunxia, they ran over excitedly. "Senior Zhou, we finally found you. Woo, what should we do now?" Qiurenji said with a cold face. "Senior Zhou is injured and can't leave. We can't leave with her. Atu, right? Put her in the place where I was hiding. We'll return immediately and inform the elders about what happened here, and let them save Senior Zhou." Chapter 443. Qiurenji's words stunned his junior brothers and junior sisters. Although Qiurenji said that he would come and save her later, everyone understood that leaving Zhou Yunxia here was equivalent to abandoning her teammates. Even though this might be the best way at this time, they still felt uncomfortable about abandoning their teammates. "Atu, what are you waiting for?" Qiurenji shouted. Wang Zhong nodded without hesitation. "Got it." He placed Zhou Yunxia in a thick patch of grass, turned around, and glanced at the rest. Everyone's expression was different. Qiurenji's two junior brothers were not familiar with Zhou Yunxia, so they were expressionless and felt that it was natural to do so. As for Zhou Yunxia's junior sisters, they were naturally reluctant. "No, we can't just leave senior sister Zhou here. I'll carry her." "Yes, senior sister Zhou is so good to us. How can we leave her here?" Wang Zhong sighed softly. After putting Zhou Yunxia down, he said, "Let's go." Qiurenji said to the other junior sisters, "Let's go. Those murderers have a sharp nose. They will definitely chase after us after smelling the scent. You guys have just seen how powerful those animals are. They don't even blink when they kill." The expressions of the junior sisters changed. In fact, they all wanted to escape, but they felt guilty. Roar! At this moment, the roar of a beast came from the forest, and several big trees in the distance fell one after another. "They're here." A male disciple's expression changed. "Go, it'll be too late if we don't leave now." Qiurenji shouted at the junior sisters. Qiurenji did not mean to leave them in the lurch, but he had no choice. As a senior brother, he had to consider the overall situation and protect the majority of people in the face of danger. If he insisted on staying for Zhou Yunxia, it was very likely that everyone would not be able to leave. Such a result was definitely not acceptable. After being shouted at, the junior sisters cried and finally helplessly ran out with Qiu Renji. Whoosh whoosh whoosh, the group shuttled through the forest. Perhaps it was because they were reminded by the roar of the Ape King. But a few small apes appeared in front of them, blocking their path. Fortunately, Qiu Renji followed them. He took the lead and basically dealt with these small apes in a few moves. Qiu Renji's face was very ugly. He secretly cursed his bad luck. His original plan was to deal with the bear beast, take the bear's gallbladder and leave. He didn't expect to attract the bear's parents. Not only did he attract his parents here, but he also poked a hole in the ape's den. There weren't many other beasts in the forest, but the number of ape beasts was frightening. Basically, they were all in groups. After walking for a while, Qiu Renji frowned. Why is there one person missing from our team? Where's that Atu guy? He probably can't keep up with us. He's too weak. Senior brother, what should we do now? Just as the junior brother beside him finished speaking, the beast roared again. Qiu Renji gritted his teeth and said, "It's too late. Let's retreat first." Everyone hurriedly left. At this moment, Wang Zhong didn't leave at all. He was confident in his own strength. Even if he couldn't win, he could escape quickly. The reason why he didn't leave wasn't to save Zhou Yunxia. Although he had a good impression of Zhou Yunxia, it didn't mean that he would stay to save her. He stayed purely because he found something good. When he was escaping, a strange fragrance suddenly came from the right side. At that time, he guessed that there might be something good there, so he chased after it. At the foot of an ape beast, a brownish-red herb was emitting this fragrance. Ordinary people couldn't smell it, but Wang Zhong's sense of smell was now extraordinary. He smelled it immediately. Good stuff. Wang Zhong chuckled. He recognized this thing. It was also one of the herbs he was looking for this time. Although he got it before, the quantity was not much, which made him feel pity. He didn't expect to find it again. Immediately, Wang Zhong wanted to turn into a fox and rush over. Pada! Just at this time, a hand was placed on his shoulder. Because he was too concerned before, he didn't notice the person beside him. At this moment, when he turned around, his face immediately changed. The person who came was actually Zhou Yunxia. Why is this woman here again? Wang Zhong secretly thought that it was a close call. He almost transformed just now. Taking a closer look, although Zhou Yunxia came over, her condition wasn't good. Her eyes were still in a confused state. She tried her best to say, "Why are you still here?" What a good senior sister. She was simply the model of a saint. At this time, she still cared about him, a miscellaneous disciple. Wang Zhong even suspected that it was his looks that had moved her. "Senior sister, lower your voice." Wang Zhong whispered and pulled Zhou Yunxia down. "Junior brother, it's dangerous here. Hurry up and leave." At this moment, Zhou Yunxia also noticed the ape beast in front of her. She gritted her teeth and insisted, "I'll bring up the rear. Also, when you go back, remember to tell that disappointing brother of mine not to avenge me. Tell him to cultivate properly, and not be as useless as you." Wang Zhong, roar. After all, the ape beast was a beast. It immediately noticed the situation here, and rushed over. Not good. Zhou Yunxia bravely pushed Wang Zhong away, and prepared to block the ape beast's charge with her chest. She was ready to fight and sacrifice herself. Wang Zhong was very touched. There weren't many good people like her these days. But at this time, the injury on Zhou Yunxia's body inevitably broke out again. With a muffled groan, her delicate body went limp. When she fell to the ground, she saw this useless junior brother looking at her in a daze. Why didn't he run? Was he scared silly? This junior brother was really stupid. Zhou Yunxia's heart was sad. She exchanged her life for the time to escape, and it was wasted just like that. Sigh, my life is over. Zhou Yunxia fell to the ground and helplessly closed her eyes. When she closed her eyes, she inadvertently seemed to see something furry under Wang Zhong's robe. It seemed to be a tail. Unfortunately, her injury was too serious. At this moment, she was already limp and powerless. Finally, she closed her eyes and completely fainted. Seeing the ape beast rushing over, Wang Zhong took out a small bottle from his pocket. It was a bottle of poison obtained from the poisonous toad. The poisoned person would fall into a coma, and demon beasts were no exception. At this time there was no one around. Zhou Yunxia also fell to the ground, and it was unknown whether she was dead or alive. Now he could use the poison without worry. He threw the small bottle at the ape beast, and then his body moved and jumped to the side of the herb. Putong. The ape beast fell to the ground and seemed to have fallen into a coma. When he passed by Zhou Yunxiao on his way out, Wang Zhong frowned. In theory, he didn't want to save anyone. It was very troublesome, but Zhou Yunxiao risked her life to save him. There weren't many people like her. Looking around, there was no danger. Wang Zhong carried her on his back and jumped out. The surrounding ape beasts seemed to have organized into an encirclement, forming a siege. At this moment, it was impossible to escape with her. After recognizing the road, Wang Zhong ran into the depths of the forest. When he was picking herbs, Wang Zhong noticed a cave with a lot of herbs growing in it. There were no traces of berserk beasts living in it. Now for them, this was a good shelter. Cough cough. In a daze, Zhou Yunxia opened her eyes. What entered her sight was actually an ape beast staring at her. Suddenly, the ape opened its bloody mouth and bit down on her head. Puchi! A sharp pain came, and Zhou Yunxia painfully closed her eyes. Chapter 444. Ah! A blood-curdling scream sounded in the cave. Zhou Yunxia only felt a sharp pain in her neck. She understood that her head was bitten off. I didn't expect to die so miserably. Pa suddenly. Zhou Yunxia opened her eyes and looked around blankly. Did you have a nightmare? Wang Zhong patted Zhou Yunxia's face. Seeing that you kept moving, I was worried that your injuries would worsen, so I could only wake you up. Zhou Yunxia quickly touched her neck and breathed a sigh of relief. So it was a nightmare. Suddenly, she felt itchy in her throat, as if someone was holding her throat. Only then did she understand that her neck was bitten off in the dream, because her neck was really painful at this time. Lower your voice. The ape beasts outside are going crazy, Wang Zhong reminded. It was you who saved me. Zhou Yunxia was in disbelief. She looked around. This was a small cave. The cave was not deep, about 5 or 6 meters. It was very wet inside, but there was some hay under her body. This little junior brother was quite considerate. Wang Zhong used some leaves to block the entrance of the cave. Not only would the wind not blow in, it would also not be easy for the murderer to find her. Thank you. After a long while, Zhou Yunxia said. But suddenly, she remembered that she was injured. How did he treat me? Then she suddenly realized that her body was cold. She lowered her head, and a blush appeared on her originally pale face. She was only wearing a pink belly button, although he was still wearing his pants, but the outside was gone. He felt as if he was naked all over. This was a little too. Zhou Yunxia was after all a virgin. Although she was the eldest senior sister, and was cold in front of outsiders, she was still at a loss when she encountered this kind of thing. Junior brother Atu, how did I become like this? Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but ask. At this moment, Wang Zhong had already made a fire, and was roasting the birds he caught nearby. Sizzle! The aroma of slightly charred meat wafted from the barbecue grill, causing the famished Zhou Yunxia to swallow a mouthful of saliva. Wang Zhong said while barbecuing, Don't mind it. Your back, arms, and thighs are all injured. If you don't treat them, you will lose too much blood. I can only bandage them for you. Oh! Zhou Yunxia also knew that Wang Zhong had no choice but to do so. She felt helpless, but there was nothing she could do. She nodded and said, Thank you, junior brother. Don't worry about it. The wounds on your body are only minor injuries on your hands and feet. I applied some medicinal powder on your wounds, but I didn't have anything to bandage your hands, so I tore off some of your skirt. As for your back, the injury is too serious, and it's also poisoned. You'll need to treat it later. Zhou Yunxia said. No wonder I felt numb on my back, as if I was pricked by needles. That ape beast's claws are really poisonous. My luck is pretty good. If I had gone any deeper, I'm afraid I would have injured my bones. At that time, it would have been troublesome. Then how did you treat the poison? By sucking, of course. Ah, Zhou Yunxia was stunned. In her mind, she automatically imagined the scene of Wang Zhong sucking with his mouth. For a moment, her delicate body was about to melt, and her whole body became soft. You used your mouth. Zhou Yunxia clenched her teeth. She didn't expect her virginity to be like this. What should she do? For a moment, Zhou Yunxia's eyes were a little complicated. Seeing her like this, Wang Zhong knew that she misunderstood and quickly explained. Don't worry, I used the method of absorbing Reiki to absorb it. Zhou Yunxia breathed a sigh of relief and nodded. I didn't expect you to have studied medicine. I learned it from my family when I was young. Well, where are the others? Zhou Yunxia asked again. They have already escaped. That's good. Then why didn't you escape? Zhou Yunxia was curious. Junior brother Atu not only did not escape, but also brought her here to save her. Of course I did it to save you. Wang Zhong's tone was calm. Since he saved her, why not let her be grateful to him? Let's not talk about it. Your injuries are very serious. Eat something and your body will recover faster. Wang Zhong handed over a piece of barbecued meat. It smelled good. Zhou Yunxia took it, but the injury on her arm made her frown. She didn't have the strength to take it at all. It hurts. Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but say. Wang Zhong sighed. Then sit down, I'll feed you. Zhou Yunxia was a little embarrassed. No, I can hold on. You won't be embarrassed, right? Zhou Yunxia immediately denied. Of course not. Then what are you afraid of? Nothing. Wang Zhong didn't wait for Zhou Yunxia to reply and walked over to feed Zhou Yunxia domineeringly. You have been unconscious for a whole night. At present, not only are the apes still rioting in the forest, but also other ferocious beasts are also rioting. We can only stay here for a short period of time. Master and the others should come to save us. Wang Zhong didn't reply but said, Eat. She took a bite of the meat. It was crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. It was also salty and tasted exceptionally delicious. Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but eat a few more mouthfuls. But as she ate, she felt weird. How should she put it? It was a feeling that men and women shouldn't touch each other. After eating, Wang Zhong said, Lie down, you need to rest well. Oh. Zhou Yunxia was surprisingly obedient. Fortunately, there was a lot of hay under her, so she didn't complain about the pain when she lay down. Wang Zhong took out a medicine bottle and continued, The injury on your back needs to be changed. Ah, Zhou Yunxia was stunned. She was wearing her last line of defense, which was her belly button. If he applied medicine on her back, wouldn't she have to take off her belly button too? Don't be embarrassed. I applied medicine before, but I didn't see anything behind you. Wang Zhong grinned in spite of his words. Please believe me on this point. Zhou Yunxia was suspicious at first, but when she saw Wang Zhong's serious expression, she couldn't help but want to slap herself. Junior brother, Atu saved me in a crisis and even healed me. I actually suspected that junior brother Atu did that to me. I'm such a beast. Zhou Yunxia. How can you accuse me of something I didn't do? Thinking of this, Zhou Yunxia's eyes quickly cleared up. She stood still and said, Of course I believe in junior brother Tuesday. Then come on, I can take it. Zhou Yunxia gritted her teeth and lay on the ground, ready to endure the intense pain. She knew that changing the medicine was very painful. Why did it feel like she was going to the execution ground? Wang Zhong was speechless. He gently pulled the ribbon away, and her snowy white back was exposed. Although this was the second time he had seen this snow-white back, Wang Zhong was still as calm as an ancient well. There were no ripples in his heart. He even thought that such a beautiful back must be very good at carrying cement. Of course, this was Wang Zhong's idea to amuse himself. He said seriously, Bear with it. His cold words fully showed the coldness in Wang Zhong's heart. Oh! Zhou Yunxia had just answered when she felt a sharp pain on her back. Adjust your breathing, don't be nervous. Feeling Zhou Yunxia's muscles tense, Wang Zhong reminded her. Gradually, Zhou Yunxia felt that the pain was not as intense. After half an hour, Wang Zhong finally finished. He asked, Do you want to tie the ribbon yourself or do you want me to do it for you? Zhou Yunxia wanted to say that she would do it herself, but her arm was seriously injured and she had no strength to do so. She could only say softly, Sorry to trouble you. It's no trouble, Wang Zhong said and began to tie the ribbon. After he was done, Wang Zhong covered her with clothes and let her rest. After a while, Zhou Yunxia finally felt no pain. Instead, she felt a tingling sensation on her back. She said in surprise, "This medicine seems to be very good. You're just an ordinary disciple. How did you get such good medicine?" "My family gave it to me." The medicine Wang Zhong used was naturally from the poison toad. Although the poison toad had done many evil things and refined many strange poisons, it had to be said that its treatment methods were very good. Wang Zhong had used the medicine here in the Song family before, and it was very effective. "Where is your family?" Zhou Yunxia asked. "Stone Village. Never heard of it." "Okay. Who else is in your family?" "No." "Oh," she asked Wang Zhong some questions. But Wang Zhong only answered one sentence at a time. Zhou Yunxia lost her patience and felt strange. This junior brother Atu was too quiet. Heavy. A wave of sleepiness came over. Zhou Yunxia could not hold on any longer and fell into a deep sleep. After she fell asleep, Wang Zhong found a stone nearby and took out a dagger. He began to dig on the stone and quickly made a stone bowl. After putting it on the shelf, he poured some water into it and began to boil it. At noon, it started to rain outside. Looking at the situation, the beast roars outside seemed to be quieter. Wang Zhong went out and rubbed his tail. He was about to wash it when the rustling sound came from the cave again. Awake again. Putting away his tail, Wang Zhong walked over. "I had a nightmare again." Zhou Yunxia rubbed her forehead and said helplessly, "This time I actually had a dream. I dreamed that a fox wanted to eat me." Fox. Because he was a fox, Wang Zhong was very sensitive when he heard this. Zhou Yunxia nodded slightly and said, "Speaking of this, there is something strange. Yesterday before I was injured and fainted, I think I saw a fox's tail." "A fox's tail?" Wang Zhong was stunned. "It can't be so coincidental." Immediately he said, "You must have seen wrongly, or it was actually something in your dream." "It's true. I clearly seem to have seen it." Zhou Yunxia rubbed her head and finally said helplessly, "But I forgot where I saw it." "Then there must be a fox spirit in the forest." "You saw a fox spirit, right?" "Maybe." After Wang Zhong said so, Zhou Yunxia also felt that this was the case. She secretly thought that she was really injured too badly, causing her to think too much. At this time, she noticed that Wang Zhong was cooking something in the stone bowl. She asked curiously, "What are you cooking?" "I'm preparing to make a meat soup." "You are injured. Drink some soup to warm your body, and it is also nutritious." "You know a lot," Zhou Yunxia said with some surprise. Soon the soup was ready. It smelled very fragrant. Unfortunately, he didn't have any tools to eat. Wang Zhong chopped a bamboo outside and used the bamboo slices as chopsticks and the bamboo sticks as spoons to eat. In the past, Zhou Yunxia didn't like to drink soup, but this time, she felt that it was exceptionally delicious. The meat soup slid down her throat, and the fragrance overflowed. Her weak body gradually gained strength. At night, it was finally time to rest. Zhou Yunxia looked at Wang Zhong sitting by the fire. After thinking, she gritted her teeth and said, "Junior brother Atu, it is very tiring for you to sit like this. You should lie here with me." Only she had a pile of straw, so he could only lie here. Chapter 445. In the face of Zhou Yunxia's proactive invitation, anyone who heard it would be overjoyed. Unfortunately, Wang Zhong shook his head slightly and said, "Thank you, senior sister, for your kindness. I usually cultivate for a while at this time, so I won't disturb you." "Okay then," Zhou Yunxia said with emotion. "I didn't expect junior brother to be so diligent. But why do you always lose in the usual challenges?" "My talent is not good enough," Wang Zhong said lightly. Zhou Yunxia thought that this was the only possibility. This world is sometimes so cruel. Sometimes, if your talent is not good enough, even if you study hard, I'm afraid you won't be able to cultivate anything. Junior brother, don't worry. When we leave here, senior sister will do her best to help you. Thank you, senior sister. By the way, yesterday I remember that before I fainted, there was an ape beast that wanted to attack me. Later, I fainted because of my physical strength. How did you escape?" Perhaps because her injury had recovered a little, Zhou Yunxia suddenly remembered what happened that day. Fortunately, Wang Zhong was prepared for this question. He took out a medicine bottle and said, "When I came here, my family gave me some medicine. When the beast attacked me, I sprinkled the medicine and made it faint. So that's how it is." Zhou Yunxia was very surprised, and at the same time, she secretly shouted in her heart, "If it weren't for that medicine, I'm afraid she would have been dead by now." This rain lasted for several days. By the time the sky cleared up, the continuous roars of the beasts outside had basically disappeared. Now Zhou Yunxia could barely stand up. The injuries on her hands and feet were a lot better. This was thanks to the effect of the medicine powder. Not only did it quickly heal her injuries, but at the same time, the spiritual power in her body was also slowly recovering. "I can almost go," Zhou Yunxia said. "The injury on your back is almost healed, right?" Wang Zhong said. Zhou Yunxia nodded. She could feel that the injury on her back had scabbed. The only difference now was that she couldn't use too much strength. Otherwise, the scar would easily tear open. "Well, let's go." Wang Zhong walked in front. Zhou Yunxia walked very slowly, but after seeing Wang Zhong walking in front, in order not to drag him down, she gritted her teeth and quickened her pace. But because of this, the injury on his back became even worse. The route Wang Zhong took bypassed some areas with fierce beasts, so there was no danger in the twists and turns. But soon, Wang Zhong smelled the scent of blood on Zhou Yunxia's body. He frowned. If this continued, those vicious beasts would quickly follow the scent of blood. With no other choice, Wang Zhong could only walk over and ask, "Is the injury on your back very painful?" Zhou Yunxia did not want to be a burden to Wang Zhong, so she shook her head slightly. "It's okay. Don't force yourself, I'll carry you. It's fine." "You're still saying that you're fine? Can you not be so stubborn?" Wang Zhong's scolding caused Zhou Yunxia to be slightly stunned. She felt a bit wronged. She was the eldest senior sister, and yet she was being lectured by a miscellaneous disciple. For a moment, tears welled up in Zhou Yunxia's eyes due to the grievance and pain. Wang Zhong was dumbfounded. Zhou Yunxia was actually crying because of him. For a moment, he did not know what to do, but his face was still serious. He said, "If you still want to cry, will you be responsible for attracting the vicious beasts?" I'm sorry. Come up." Wang Zhong bent over. Oh. In the end, Zhou Yunxia laid on Wang Zhong's back. Zhou Yunxia's body was soft like cotton candy. She was not heavy, so it was not strenuous. After bypassing some areas with fierce beasts, they finally arrived at the place where they came in. There were some red cloths on the big trees here. Seeing these red cloths, Zhou Yunxia's eyes lit up. "It's the sex rescue signal. It means that someone is here to save us." Wang Zhong was still expressionless. According to his sense of smell, there were no fierce beasts nearby. He continued to run, and soon, a figure appeared in front of him. "Why did you stop searching? My sister is definitely not dead. If she's alive, I want to see her. If she's dead, I want to see her body. I want to find her again. Sister, whoa." That was Zhou Yunxia's voice. At this moment, Zhou Yunxia was in tears. She desperately wanted to continue walking into the forest, but she was pulled back by the people beside her. "Senior brother Zhou, we've searched all the places that we should. Senior sister Zhou must have hidden herself. Otherwise she would have appeared." "That's right, senior brother Zhou. A few of our junior brothers and sisters have been injured while searching for her. Let's go back first and make a decision." These days, according to the news from Rinji and the others, the sect had sent many people to search for her. Unfortunately, they did not find her. Instead, many disciples were injured in the process. In the end, the sect ordered that the weak disciples should go back. They only sent some Peak Foundation establishment disciples to search for her. While the few of them were arguing, Zhou Yunxia could not help but shout, "Brother! Sister!" Hearing such a familiar voice, Zhou Yunxia was stunned. She quickly turned around. "Sister!" Seeing the figure on Wang Zhong's back, Zhou Yunxia ran over. "Sister, I thought woo." "Don't cry," Zhou Yunxia shouted. "Okay. Let's go back," Zhou Yunxia said weakly. Zhou Yunxia glanced at Wang Zhong. She was a little surprised and guilty. I can't believe you saved my sister. Thinking of the scene where she bullied this miscellaneous disciple, Zhou Yunqiu felt a little ashamed. Wang Zhong said, "We can't stay here for long. Let's go." "Okay." Zhou Yunqiu nodded. "I'll carry her." Wang Zhong did not stand on ceremony and put Zhou Yunqiu down directly. However, when Zhou Yunqiu carried her herself, she frowned and said subconsciously, "She's so heavy." Previously, when she saw Wang Zhong carrying her sister, she thought it was easy. She did not expect her sister to be so heavy. This miscellaneous disciple was too strong. The group of people finally returned, covered in dust. When the elders who were searching for them outside heard the news, they immediately returned to the sect. When they returned and learned that Zhou Yunxiao was saved by Wang Zhong, everyone was stunned. Especially Qiu Renji, who knew how dangerous that place was. He immediately said, "That's impossible. There were so many ferocious beasts. There were many ferocious beasts, but I had the mist that my family prepared for me. I knocked out the 8 beasts that found us. Then coincidentally I found a cave. We've been hiding in the cave these days." In the Zhongshan sect's meeting hall, Wang Zhong answered Qiu Renji's question in front of the sect leader and elders. "I see." Qiu Renji suddenly cried and knelt in front of Zhou Yunxia. "I'm sorry, senior sister. I'm sorry, junior brother Atu. I left you behind. Junior brother Qiu, you don't have to do this." Zhou Yunxia quickly helped him up and said, "At that time, besides saving me, you also wanted to save the other junior brothers and sisters. If I were you, I would have done the same. No matter what, I left at that time. I'm not as brave and resourceful as junior brother Atu. I'm ashamed to be your senior brother. Senior brother, you don't have to feel guilty. I didn't escape at that time because I couldn't keep up with you. My strength was too low, so I thought that I couldn't escape anyway. So I went to find senior sister. I didn't expect that I would save her by accident." Seeing Qiu Renji crying so bitterly, Wang Zhong could only comfort him like this. "Is that true?" Qiu Renji asked. "Yes." Qiu Renji sighed. "Junior brother, if you don't understand anything in your cultivation in the future, you can ask me." "Thank you." The elders and the sect leader nodded slightly. Although their sect hadn't produced any talents in the past few years, the atmosphere in the sect was very good. "Well, this time, the one who made the greatest contribution is Atu." Sect leader Chen Wangquan finally spoke. He looked at Wang Zhong with satisfaction and said, "Although Atu's strength is low, he made a decision that many people couldn't make. In such a dangerous situation, he bravely saved Yunxia. This courage is worthy of all of us to learn from. Therefore, I proudly announce that Wang Zhong is officially an outer sect disciple from today onwards, but he will enjoy the resources and treatment of an inner sect disciple." The reason why he wasn't promoted to an inner sect disciple, Wang Zhong guessed that it was because his strength was too low. Even if he entered the inner sect, it would be useless. Wang Zhong hurriedly thanked Chen Wangquan. Chen Wangquan rewarded him with some pills, and then announced that the meeting was over. After returning to his room, Wang Zhong took the reward and began to cultivate. Although he was an outer sect disciple, Wang Zhong still worked as a floor sweeper. After all, this work earned him some contribution points every month. Early the next morning, Zhou Yunqiu brought a lot of food and necessities to thank Wang Zhong for saving her sister. Regarding this, Wang Zhong accepted it all with a smile. "Junior brother Atu, Zhou Yunqiu was wrong in the past. In the future, don't worry, if anyone dares to bully you, I'll be the first to deal with them." Wang Zhong didn't take Zhou Yunqiu's attitude to heart. He joked, "Speaking of which, I still don't know why you're looking for trouble with me. Can you tell me? Is it because of what happened in the market that day?" Zhou Yunqiu shook her head awkwardly. "Of course not. Actually, I hired 2 people to deliberately cause trouble for you. I wanted to use this matter to get to know Yang Xiaoqing and pursue her." "Then why are you looking for trouble with me?" Wang Zhong didn't understand. Zhou Yunqiu sighed and explained, "After that day, did Yang Xiaoqing come?" Thinking back, it was indeed so. That night, Yang Xiaoqing came to ask about something. She did come, but she left after talking for a while. "What's wrong?" "Nothing. I know you two are talking, Junior brother Atu, don't worry. Since you and Yang Xiaoqing are in love with each other, I, Zhou Yunqiu, won't steal someone else's love no matter how much of a jerk I am. I will fulfill your wish. Wang Zhong was a little confused. This girl must have misunderstood something. Did you misunderstand something? Aren't you and Yang Xiaoqing going to become cultivation partners? Zhou Yunqiu asked curiously. You misunderstood. That day she came. Then, Wang Zhong explained. After knowing that everything was a misunderstanding, Zhou Yunqiu was also dumbfounded. After all this time, she only came to ask you some questions. Yes. Ha ha ha, I thought you were. Zhou Yunqiu laughed, but soon she apologized. I'm sorry, junior brother Atu. I actually wanted to bully you because of my suspicion. I'm really not a human. It's okay. Remember in the future that you can only live a wonderful life if you have confidence in yourself. Zhou Yunqiu clearly saw that Wang Zhong's strength was low, but she felt that these words were very useful. I understand. Thank you, junior brother Atu. I'll take my leave first. Okay. At night, Wang Zhong was about to go to bed when there was a knock on the door. He opened the door and saw that it was Zhou Yunxia. Senior sister. Junior brother, why aren't you sleeping? I'm about to cultivate. Well, here are some pastries that I made. Zhou Yunxia brought over a small basket. Thank you, senior sister. It's okay. I'll take my leave first. For the next few days, Zhou Yunxia would bring some food every night or during the day. Wang Zhong found that he couldn't eat anymore. Finally, on the 10th day, Wang Zhong said, Senior sister, you've brought me enough food these days. Zhou Yunxia looked at the pile of things in the room and said embarrassedly, yes. Actually, senior sister, you don't have to think too much about me saving you. This is what I should do. Even if you were a pig, I would still save you. In that case, Wang Zhong also wanted Zhou Yunxia to know that it was purely an accident that he saved her. Zhou Yunxia was speechless. You're using me as a pig as an analogy. That's not what I meant. I'm just joking. If you don't need me to send you food in the future, I won't. By the way, you're still drinking fish soup. Yes. Wang Zhong nodded. After thinking for a while, he gave Zhou Yunxiao a porcelain bowl and said, Drink some. It's nutritious. It'll be better for your injuries. Zhou Yunxia didn't stand on ceremony. She drank the fish soup and asked, How's your cultivation? I'll teach you when I'm better. Senior sister is so nice. Wang Zhong couldn't help but think. Fortunately, he wasn't a bad person. Otherwise, someone like senior sister would be easily deceived. Chapter 446. Thank you, senior sister. Wang Zhong responded with a smile, but in his heart, he didn't want Zhou Yunxia to teach him. At this time, Zhou Yunxia looked around and said, The spiritual energy in your place is too thin. Isn't it the same for everyone? Wang Zhong felt a little strange. Although the spiritual energy in every place was different, with some being rich and some being thin, the disciples of the sect were all on the same mountain peak, so it should be the same. So he was a little confused by Zhou Yunxia's words. Zhou Yunxia said, Although it's the same, there's a formation over there. Formation? Wang Zhong didn't meet many acquaintances after coming here, so he had never heard of this word. Zhou Yunxia nodded and said, Yes, formation. You don't know about formation? Wang Zhong shook his head. I've been doing sweeping work since I came here, so I haven't come into contact with anyone. Well, it seems that you've fallen behind a lot of homework. Zhou Yunxia smiled. But it doesn't matter. I can teach you in the future. Immediately after, Zhou Yunxia began to explain some things about arrays. After listening to her, Wang Zhong realized that the so-called array was a special tool. Formation was refined with some special materials. There were defensive types, offensive types, illusion types, and even cultivation and healing types. Zhou Yunxia said that the spiritual energy here was thin, but she was actually referring to the gathering of spiritual energy here through the formation. Wang Zhong's heart moved. Senior sister Zhou, can you really gather spiritual energy? Of course. How about this? I'll come again tomorrow and set up a spirit gathering formation for you. Thank you so much. The next day, Zhou Yunxia came over early in the morning. and began to set up a spirit-gathering formation for Wang Zhong's hut. Zhou Yunxia was very serious in her work. While she was working, Wang Zhong was reading the books about arrays that she had brought. In the next few days, Zhou Yunxia would teach Wang Zhong from time to time, which made Wang Zhong feel embarrassed. But the benefits were obvious. Under Zhou Yunxia's tireless teaching, Wang Zhong's progress and formation improved by leaps and bounds. 3 months later, Zhou Yunxia came over early in the morning. Junior brother Atu, the sixth disciple recruitment event is about to begin. We'll be heading to Xiangzhou this time. The disciple recruitment assembly was one of the Zhongshan School's biggest events. Every year, they would select a few cities and regions to recruit young talents from all over the world. Wang Zhong was also aware of this matter. He asked curiously, "Senior Martial Sister Zhou, you mean? I've seen your recent cultivation progress. You're progressing very quickly, but that's not enough. You need to broaden your horizons. I'll lead the group of disciples this time." As the eldest senior sister, it was normal for Zhou Yunxia to lead the team. Moreover, because she was an upright person, many disciples were willing to listen to her. When Wang Zhong heard this, he felt that this was an opportunity. During this period of time, his cultivation had made great progress. While he was consolidating his foundation, he could go out and broaden his horizons. "All right, I'm willing to go." Zhou Yunxia revealed a gratified smile. "That's great. After this, if I lead the team smoothly, I'm afraid I'll be promoted to an elder. Then I really have to congratulate senior sister Zhou." Zhou Yunxia joked. "When the time comes, I'll officially be your master." Only the elders of the Zhongshan school could accept disciples. Zhou Yunxia had taught Wang Zhong so many things. In the eyes of the other disciples, Zhou Yunxia was actually Wang Zhong's master. Wang Zhong was stunned. Apprenticeship? He really hadn't thought about it. Seeing Wang Zhong in a daze, Zhou Yunxia chuckled and said, "What's wrong? You think I didn't teach well?" "Of course not." Wang Zhong shook his head. Not only did Zhou Yunxia teach well, but she also taught him personally. "Then what's with your expression?" Zhou Yunxia rolled her eyes. She looked cute. The two of them had been together for a long time, and they were already like ordinary friends. Wang Zhong said, "I just feel that we're about the same age, so it's a little strange for me to ask you to be my master." Zhou Yunxia smiled and said, "We'll talk about this later. Should I submit your name?" "Okay." More than a month later, the Zhongshan school, led by the captain Zhou Yunxia, the vice-captain senior brother Chen Di, and 3 elders, led 50 disciples to Xiangzhou. Xiangzhou wasn't far away, but there was a mountain range in between. They had to cross the mountain range, so it would take 3 days to get there. Everyone set off lightly. After all, the journey only took 3 days, so it wasn't very far. Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but remind Wang Zhong when she saw that he didn't carry any weapons. "Atu, there may be thieves along the way. Be alert." Before Wang Zhong could respond, Zhou Yunxia smiled and said, "Sister, don't worry. If there's any problem, my brothers and I will protect Atu." Because Wang Zhong had saved Zhou Yunxia, Zhou Yunxia treated Wang Zhong like a brother. To Wang Zhong's surprise, for some unknown reason, Zhou Yunxia had managed to deal with Yang Shaoqing. Now that the two of them were inseparable, it seemed that they would be getting married soon. "Yunxia, I'm most worried about you on this trip. Although Atu's strength is low, he keeps a low profile. It'll be fine as long as you don't cause any trouble." Zhou Yunxia reminded her. Zhou Yunxia smiled awkwardly and said, "That was before. Now Shaoqing is in charge of me." Yang Shaoqing rolled her eyes at Zhou Yunxia and said, "Can you stop talking nonsense?" "Hee hee." Zhou Yunxia smiled proudly. The disciples next to her said, "Senior sister, don't worry. Junior brother Atu is the weakest here. We'll look after him." Yes, yes. Heroes were respected by everyone. Because of Wang Zhong's previous heroic actions, everyone looked at him in a new light. They didn't look down on him because of his low strength. Wang Zhong sighed inwardly. The feeling of being protected seemed to be pretty good. However, they didn't know that after this trip, he was about to consider leaving this place. His strength was no longer the same as before, and he had cultivated the tyrant dragon form to a high level. Unfortunately, He didn't know what this level was due to his lack of experience. However, one thing was for sure. If he fought with senior sister Zhou Yunxia, he could beat 10 people, or even beat her in at least 20 different ways. This wasn't bragging. Just the tyrant dragon form alone was enough to make Zhou Yunxia suffer. As for formations, under Zhou Yunxia's careful and conscientious guidance, although he didn't surpass her, he was still pretty good. He only needed practice to make perfect in the future. Therefore, in Wang Zhong's opinion, there was no need to stay here any longer. He needed to go to a wider place to understand his body constitution, what the tyrant dragon form was, and why others couldn't detect his demon qi. There were too many things he needed to understand. However, he would never be able to understand them here. Thank you, senior brothers and sisters. Wang Zhong cupped his hands and smiled. Everyone started their journey with laughter and laughter. They walked. As cultivators, they cultivated all the time, so they didn't ride horses. Finally, when they arrived at the mountain range, Zhou Yunxia waved her hand, and the mighty group stopped. Let's rest tonight. We'll set off tomorrow morning, Zhou Yunxia shouted. It was more dangerous to walk in the mountain range at night, so Zhou Yunxia suggested this. Everyone rested on the spot. Wang Zhong felt a little strange, because the smell of blood in the mountain range was getting stronger and stronger on the way here. This smell came from human blood. At first, he thought that some ferocious beasts in the mountain range had killed people, so there was the smell of blood. However, as the smell became stronger, he realized that it wasn't the case. Many people had died in this mountain range, and they had died recently. Wang Zhong vaguely felt that something was wrong. Junior brother Atu, why aren't you eating? Zhou Yunxia walked over and asked. Wang Zhong said, I'm not hungry yet. Yunxiu, go find some firewood for everyone to keep warm at night. Zhou Yunxia walked over and ordered. Zhou Yunxiu looked bitter and said, Sister, why should I go? I'm still eating. Just go. Why are you talking nonsense? Zhou Yunxia glared at her. Okay. Zhou Yunxiu and a few friends left. After they left, Zhou Yunxia walked over to Wang Zhong and said, Atu, are you tired after walking so far? Wang Zhong shook his head and said, I'm not tired. I just feel that there might be some danger. Danger? Zhou Yunxia smiled and said, What do you mean? Danger lurks everywhere in this wilderness. Yes, don't worry. I've sent people to patrol at night. Wang Zhong nodded and said, It's best to find more people. You seem to be very worried. Seeing Wang Zhong's expression, Zhou Yunxia said in a strange tone, My sixth sense is good. I feel that there's danger in this mountain range. I see. Zhou Yunxia felt that Wang Zhong might be overthinking, but she still said, I'll send more people to patrol at night. Late at night, the moon was big and bright. Many disciples had already gone to sleep. Wang Zhong sat cross-legged on a big tree. He seemed to be adjusting his breath, but in fact he was observing the surroundings. Although Zhou Yunxia had sent out a few teams to guard the surroundings, Wang Zhong could sense that the smell of blood, which had remained motionless during the day, had suddenly moved towards them. This was not a good sign. It meant that danger was approaching. Some of the other disciples were sleeping, and some were still diligently cultivating. Zhou Yunxia was very responsible. Not only did she not sleep, but she also went out alone to check if danger was approaching. She went out several times and nothing happened. But Wang Zhong knew that danger was approaching. Senior Zhou, don't go out again. When Zhou Yunxia passed by, Wang Zhong reminded her. Zhou Yunxia wanted to let some of her junior brothers and sisters go to sleep early, so that they would not be tired tomorrow. She did not expect Wang Zhong to suddenly say that. There's danger in the forest. You're in the open. It's very dangerous. Facing Wang Zhong's serious expression, Zhou Yunxia could not help but ask, Are you serious? Wang Zhong said, Sixth sense. Really? Zhou Yunxia did not believe it, but she knew Wang Zhong and knew that Wang Zhong would not talk nonsense. Call the disciples patrolling outside over. Wang Zhong suddenly opened his eyes. This? Zhou Yunxia was still a little hesitant. Chapter 447. Subconsciously, Zhou Yunxia trusted Wang Zhong a little, but he said it was dangerous. The problem was that there was nothing at all. If she rashly called the patrolling disciples over and nothing happened, how was she going to explain herself? Ah, to you. Before Zhou Yunxia could say anything, Wang Zhong suddenly reached out and took the signal firework from Zhou Yunxia's waist. This was a signal when there was danger outside. Once the signal was sent out, the patrolling disciples outside had to come back for help. Bayubiu. Pa. As the firework exploded in the sky, there was a loud noise in the sky. What's going on? The patrolling disciples outside saw the firework and went back immediately. Let's go back and take a look. The group went back. The other group of 3 also wanted to go back, but at this time, they did not notice that there were figures above them. These figures' eyes were emitting a dark light as they suddenly fell from the sky. Chi chi chi. The blade stabbed into the chests, backs, and even necks of the 3 people. The 3 disciples did not make any sound. Their eyes were wide open as they fell to the ground. At the campsite, after Wang Zhong hastily pulled out the signal firework, many disciples who were sleeping were awakened. As Senior Zhou, what happened? Junior Atu, why did you use the rescue signal? Some disciples looked around in confusion. The surroundings were quiet. Nothing happened. At this time, the patrolling disciples outside also ran back. Seeing that it was so quiet, they asked curiously, what happened? Facing the questioning, Zhou Yunxia braced herself. She did not say that Wang Zhong was wrong. Instead she said, it might be dangerous. Yes, everyone be prepared. It might be dangerous. Wang Zhong looked to the right calmly. The 3 patrolling disciples there had just exuded the smell of blood. It was likely that they were in trouble. Danger? Junior Atu, how did you know? Senior Chen Di walked over at this time. Yeah, we didn't notice. How did you know? Someone who was interrupted frowned and shouted. Everyone stop arguing. Brother Atu might have discovered something. Zhou Yunxia said to Wang Zhong. Atu, did you discover something? Wang Zhong couldn't say it out loud right now. He could only say, I can feel it. Feeling? Can you sense it? Chen Di asked. More or less. How strong are you to be able to sense it? Someone questioned. Zhou Yunxia chimed in. Let's not talk about it anymore. Perhaps junior brother Atu really did discover something. Eldest senior sister, don't say any more. Chen Di suddenly interrupted Zhou Yunxia's words and snorted. Eldest senior sister, I used to respect you very much, but I'm getting more and more disappointed in you. Ever since you were saved by this brat, you seem to have changed into a different person. You always run to him. I understand that you might be trying to repay his kindness, but it's been a long time. You're our eldest senior sister, and you're wasting your cultivation time teaching him. Everyone was looking at Zhou Yunxia. No one said anything, but they were secretly gossiping about whether Zhou Yunxia had something to do with Atu. Otherwise, how could they be so close? Chen Di, what do you mean? Zhou Yunxia's expression darkened. I don't mean anything. You're our leader this time. I just want to say that I don't want you to act on impulse and ignore the interests of the other disciples just to take care of Atu. Chen Di shouted. That's right, eldest senior sister. I've always respected you, but this time, Atu sent out a signal for no reason. There has to be an explanation for this. Yes, there has to be an explanation. What's there to explain? Zhou Yunxia stood up and scolded. Do you have nothing better to do? Brother Atu must have discovered something and warned us. Even if he's wrong, it's out of good intentions. Zhou Yunxia, your eldest senior sister's younger brother. Of course you're on her side. That's right. Aren't you all family? Eldest senior sister, do you like Atu? The one who spoke was someone who did not usually respect Zhou Yunxia. As soon as he said that, some of the disciples looked at Zhou Yunxia with strange expressions. The eldest senior sister, who was usually high and mighty, had been very nice to Atu recently. She gave him pastries and taught him cultivation methods. It was even said that senior sister Zhou had taught Wang Zhong formations. Because of this, people could not help but wonder if Zhou Yunxia was really having an affair with Atu. In the face of such questions, even if Zhou Yunxia was the eldest senior sister, as a woman, how could she respond? Wang Zhong took a step forward and looked at the crowd. How eldest senior sister treats me has nothing to do with you. You have no right to interfere. Atu, I admit that you're brave. But what do you think you can do by saying such things at this time? That's right. You sent out a fake signal without permission. According to the sect rules, you'll be punished, Chen Di said coldly. Wang Zhong smiled. After saying so much, haven't you noticed that a patrol team hasn't returned? Everyone was stunned. What about Wei Shanhai and the others? Someone suddenly realized that something was wrong. Wei Shanhai was patrolling with us and got separated at the front. Logically speaking, since we're all back, they should be back too. What's going on? The three elders who had been quiet all this time finally opened their eyes. They had not said anything before, because they did not want to care about the disciples. This time, Zhou Yunxia was the leader, and she had the responsibility to handle all kinds of matters. Zhou Yunxia could only grow by going through all kinds of difficulties. But now that someone had gone missing, they could no longer stay out of it. Atu, are you sure you found anything? Elder Huang Tianqi walked over and asked. Wang Zhong nodded, then looked into the darkness of the forest and shouted, Seniors, you've been watching the show for so long. Isn't it time to come out? What was going on? Someone was watching the show. In an instant, everyone was on high alert. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh in the quiet forest. The trees and flowers moved without any wind. Swoosh, 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 rustle, rustle, rustle. Hee hee. A laugh that sounded like metal rubbing against metal was heard. I thought that among the disciples of the Zhongshan sect in recent years, only Zhou Yunxia, the disciple of the Formation family, was capable. I didn't expect an outer sect disciple to be so capable. Atu, I'm very curious about you. Wang Zhong's expression did not change. He said calmly, Thank you for the compliment, senior. Since you're here, why don't you show your true face? Haha, I'm afraid that if I come out I'll scare you all. At that moment, all the disciples understood that they had wronged Wang Zhong. So there really is someone here. Wei Shanhai and the others are probably dead. A disciple said guiltily. Junior brother Atu, I'm sorry. Chen Di was also a little confused. As the eldest senior brother, Chen Di had always been interested in Zhou Yunxia. Over the past few days, when he saw that Zhou Yunxia and Wang Zhong were getting closer, he felt as though his beloved had been taken away by someone else. Therefore, he was very angry with Wang Zhong. So he was a little too emotional when he spoke just now. However, he did not expect that Wang Zhong's words were true. Everyone be careful. Set up the formation. Zhou Yunxia was indeed the eldest senior sister. After a brief moment of shock, she quickly ordered everyone to set up the formation. Soon the disciples formed a circle. There were elders or powerful disciples overseeing the situation in all directions. At the same time, Zhou Yunxia threw out a compass. The compass quickly expanded and formed a circle that surrounded everyone. A layer of pale yellow light rose. Phew! Eldest senior sister's defensive formation has been activated. The enemies outside can't do anything. A disciple heaved a sigh of relief. However, Zhou Yunxia, Chen Di, and the elders did not say anything. This was because they soon realized that black figures were walking out from all directions in the forest. This group of people were all wearing black armor. Their expressions were cold, especially their pupils, which were pitch black. They were like emotionless robots. Each of them held various weapons in their hands and surrounded them. These are puppets. Elder Huang Tianqi recognized the nature of these people. Wang Zhong also saw that the group of people in front of him were all expressionless. Their movements were uniform, as if they were puppets that were controlled by someone. They were emotionless. Huang Tianqi, you've seen through us. A sharp laughter rang out. Huang Tianqi shouted, You have so many puppets. May I ask who you are in the puppet sect? The Zhongshan sect has never had any grudges with your sect. Why are you looking for trouble with us? I'm Lu Gui, the leader of the 16th Hall of the Puppet Sect. I'm here today to capture some people. Who are you capturing? Your eldest senior sister, Zhou Yunxia, and her disciple Zhou Yunxiu. Listen to me. Hand over these two people, and I'll leave immediately. Otherwise, you'll be an enemy of the puppet sect. A moment later, a group of puppets emitted a chilling aura and surrounded everyone. At a glance, There were about 30 puppets in this group. Although there were only a few of them, each of the puppets had astonishing defensive power. They were not afraid of pain or injury, and were not afraid of death. Therefore, they were very difficult to deal with. With so many puppets, the disciples were indeed under a lot of psychological pressure. After hearing Lu Gui's words, Elder Huang Tianqi sneered. Lu Gui, do you think the Zhongshan sect is full of cowards? Who do you think you are to hand them over just because you said so? Since he had already seen through Lu Gui, Huang Tianqi no longer had any scruples. The other disciples were also filled with righteous indignation. Although Lu Gui had said that he would not harm them if they handed over their eldest senior sister, and Zhou Yunqiu, as martial artists, they all had a temper. Sometimes, they would rather die than do something that went against their conscience. Even Chen Di was no exception to this. Chen Di shouted, "You're just pretending to be mysterious. If you want to capture my disciples, you'll have to step over my dead body." Step over my dead body. Every disciple let out an angry roar. Fine, I'll step over your dead bodies. As soon as the gloomy voice fell, the group of puppets moved. A 2-meter-tall puppet leaped out, and its sharp claws went straight for Chen Di's head. "You're courting death," Chen Di shouted coldly. As the eldest senior brother, he had full confidence in dealing with it. He punched out. Bang! Chen Di only felt a pain in his fist. The webbing between his thumb and forefinger was actually broken. Chapter 448. Uffed. Shocked, Chen Di spat out a mouthful of blood. With just one blow, Chen Di was severely injured. His right wrist was fractured, and he lost all ability to fight. What a strong puppet! Chen Di retreated frantically. Fortunately, the disciples behind him caught him, and prevented him from falling to the ground. In an instant, everyone understood that the other party really came prepared this time. Wang Zhong watched expressionlessly. The puppet that Chen Di was fighting was obviously the strongest among these puppets. Not only was its defense amazing, but it was also very strong. Looking at the bloodstains on the puppet's arms and bodies, Wang Zhong also understood that the reason why he could smell the blood in the forest previously was probably because of these puppets. After these puppets killed people, they would not cleanse themselves like humans. Over time, the puppets' bodies were filled with the smell of blood. Seeing Chen Di injured, everyone's expression changed drastically, including Huang Tianqi's. Although Chen Di's strength was not the strongest here, he was still ranked in the top 5. However, such an expert was crippled in one blow. How were they going to fight this? Now, are you going to hand him over? Lu Gui's voice sounded again. At the same time, a figure gradually walked out of the darkness. This person was very short and skinny, just like a little old man. This person was Lu Gui, who was controlling these puppets. Everyone, don't worry. Seeing that the disciples were a little scared, Huang Tianqi shouted. Among so many puppets, only that one is a little stronger. The rest are nothing to be afraid of. As if to confirm his guess, Huang Tianqi walked out of the defense formation and slapped the nearest puppet with his palm. The puppet came forward. However, this puppet's strength was indeed average. It was sent flying by Huang Tianqi and landed on the ground. Indeed, it can't withstand a single blow. Huang Tianqi smiled faintly. The group of disciples heaved a sigh of relief. From the looks of it, it was not a problem to go all out. Ha ha ha, childish. Who knew that at this time, the puppet that was sent flying slowly stood up. Other than the puppet's chest being dented, this puppet was actually unharmed. Everyone was dumbfounded by this scene. How were they going to fight this? That was Elder Huang Tianqi's all-out attack, but it only sent the puppet flying. How is it? Elder Huang Tianqi, do you think you can still deal with him? Lu Gui said calmly. Humph. If that's the case, just chop these puppets into pieces. Huang Tianqi shouted. Everyone heed my orders. Fly on your swords. Zhou Yunxia pulled out her sword and shouted again. Don't worry, everyone. Luckily, Brother Atu had the foresight to send out a distress signal. We just need to hold on for a while. And I believe the sect will come to rescue us immediately. Don't be ridiculous. Your sect has been here for almost a day. Do you think they can see it? Ha ha ha. The disciples gritted their teeth angrily and prepared to defend. Ha ha ha, fine, fine. Since you don't know what's good for you, then all of you can go to hell. Lu Gui clearly didn't want to drag this out any longer. He stretched out his hand, and the puppets were ready to attack. However, at this moment, Wang Zhong suddenly leaped out of the defensive barrier. Atu! Zhou Yunxia's expression changed. She didn't know what Wang Zhong was doing. Wang Zhong didn't say a word. He moved quickly and passed through the puppets, disappearing into the darkness. Atu escaped. Huang Tianqi was stunned. His expression didn't look good. Atu escaped. What's going on? Why did Atu escape? The disciples were shocked and disappointed. Many of them even cursed. I've always thought of him as a hero. I didn't expect him to turn out like this. Hehe, we were wrong. It seems like we were all wrong. Atu is a coward. Sister Atu, he's a jerk. Even Zhou Yunxiu cursed. In my opinion, it was an accident that he saved senior sister. The sect treated him so well. How disappointing. Everyone was talking. Huang Tianqi shouted, enough. From today onwards, Atu is expelled from the sect. Zhou Yunxia looked in the direction Wang Zhong had left, but didn't say a word. In her opinion, although Wang Zhong had left, it didn't mean that he had escaped. In the entire sect, she was the one who knew Wang Zhong the best. She didn't believe that Wang Zhong would do such a thing. Elder Huang, it's too early to say that he's been expelled, Zhou Yunxiao explained. No need to say more. Atu escaped at the last minute. There's nothing to explain. Hehe, I didn't expect that either. I thought that Atu was an amazing disciple. I didn't expect. Pfft. Haha, I'm dying of laughter. In the puppet sect, a disciple like him would only be refined into a puppet. Lu Gui laughed. At that moment his puppets finally began to move. Although the disciples were relying on the defensive array, in the face of the fearless attacks of the puppets, some of the weaker disciples were soon seriously injured. However, the puppets didn't have it easy either. Several puppets were chopped into pieces. That was the only way to make the puppets lose their ability to fight. Ah! Senior brother, run! A puppet pierced a disciple's chest. Puffed! Soon, a female disciple's arm was torn off by a puppet. In the blink of an eye, half of the disciples were dead or injured. Although there was a defensive array here, it could only weaken the puppet's attacks by 30%. Most importantly, as time passed, the defensive array was on the verge of collapse. Finally, with a buzzing sound, the defensive formation was destroyed. Get ready to break out, Huang Tianqi shouted when he saw that the defensive array was gone. Elder, what about the other disciples? Huang Tianqi looked reluctant, but he still shouted, those who can move first, I'll cover the rear. You guys go, I'll cover the rear. Chen Di gritted his teeth and stood up. You guys go, I'll do it, Zhou Yunxia shouted. Lu Gui, I'm your target, right? I'll go with you. No, senior sister. I'm the leader this time. Listen to me. You guys go. No. Just as they were arguing, Lu Gui laughed and said, stop arguing. Today, all of you are the targets of my puppets. As for Zhou Yunxia, you'll have to hand over your array, haha. So your target is my array. Zhou Yunxia's family, the Zhou family, was famous for its array formation skills. Their array formation skills were well known both locally and overseas, but very few people dared to have any ideas about it. That was because array formations were unpredictable, and no one wanted to create an enemy. But this time, Puppet Sect's target was actually array formation. Zhou Yunxia never expected that. Aren't you afraid of my family's revenge? Zhou Yunxia shouted. Lu Gui laughed. What revenge would I be afraid of after killing all of you? Ha ha ha. In fact, Lu Gui did not plan to let anyone go from the beginning. His promise to let them go if they surrendered was just an excuse. His goal was to cause internal strife. As for Wang Zhong, who had escaped, he didn't take him to heart. After all, he wasn't alone this time. Unfortunately, your goal is destined to fail. Atu has already escaped. Zhou Yunxia said coldly. Do you think I'm the only one who came here this time? I've already set up an inescapable net around here. That kid won't be able to escape. Everyone's face darkened. This time they were really in trouble. Huang Tianqi said coldly. Lu Gui, Even if I have to risk my life this time, I will kill you. From now on, the Zhongshan faction and puppet sect will fight to the death. Then we'll talk about it when you're alive. After Lu Gui finished speaking, he suddenly frowned. This was because he felt that there seemed to be a wave of spiritual energy slashing at him from behind. Oh no! Lu Gui was very experienced in battle. He immediately rolled to the side. When he turned around, he saw Wang Zhong, who had escaped before, standing upright in front of him. Wang Zhong's eyes were still as calm as ever. It was as if even if the sun exploded, or the ancestral tombs emitted smoke, it would not affect him at all. It's you. Lu Gui's eyes narrowed. You're not dead? The group of disciples also saw Wang Zhong return and were shocked. Atu, you're back. I'm afraid Atu realized that he couldn't escape, so he came back, Chindi said angrily. The people around nodded, thinking that this must be the case. Atu, what's going on? Zhou Yunxia shouted. I don't believe you're that kind of person. Wang Zhong smiled at Zhou Yunxia. Thank you for your praise, senior sister. I just left to deal with some hidden dangers. Lu Gui frowned. Looking at the blood on Wang Zhong's clothes, he had a bad feeling. What do you mean? Wang Zhong said. There were some small fries outside, so I took care of them. My junior brothers. Lu Gui's expression changed. Yes, they all got boxed lunches. What's boxed lunches? Huang Tianqi shouted. It means they've taken care of them. Ha ha ha, what a joke. Although my junior brothers are not as strong as me, they still have 10 puppets under them, and they each control this area. You said you've taken care of them. Why don't you go to heaven? Wang Zhong didn't want to talk too much. He looked at Lu Gui and said, You have 2 junior brothers, one tall and one short. One has long hair, and the other has short hair, right? Wang Zhong smelled the scent of blood in the other 2 areas, so he wasn't in a hurry to deal with Lu Gui. He didn't want the 2 of them to escape. You really know? Lu Gui was dumbfounded. He rolled his eyes, and the tallest puppet suddenly rushed toward Wang Zhong. Junior brother Atu, be careful. Zhou Yunxia shouted anxiously. Wang Zhong didn't say a word, and faced the strongest puppet directly. It threw a punch, and Wang Zhong also threw a punch. Is he crazy? He broke my arm with a single punch just now. Chen Di panicked when he saw this. However, nothing happened to Wang Zhong. On the contrary, the puppet's fist that collided with his fist was directly smashed apart. Hiss hiss hiss. When Lu Gui saw this scene, he sucked in a cold breath. This was the sect's super puppet. In order to ensure the success of this mission, the sect leader had given this puppet to him. But he didn't expect it to be destroyed with a single punch. Not only that, Wang Zhong's other hand was like a claw, and he grabbed the puppet's head. He twisted with force, and the puppet's neck was broken. What? What strength? Who are you? Lu Gui's voice had changed due to shock. You're definitely not an ordinary person. Chapter 449. Thump. The giant puppet fell to the ground with a loud crash. Wang Zhong slowly withdrew his hand and clenched his fists. Surging power overflowed from his body. This was a powerful force that even Wang Zhong himself was afraid of. This was the power of the Tyrannosaurus aspect. Wang Zhong didn't expect this force to be so powerful. Previously, when he was dealing with the other puppets, he had used his spirit energy to fight them. However, when he was dealing with the thick-skinned puppets, his spirit energy was greatly depleted. However, the effect of his attacks was not obvious. Although he had killed a lot of them, the efficiency was too low. Then he activated the power of the Tyrannosaurus aspect. He didn't expect it to be so effective. Facing the dumbfounded crowd, Wang Zhong rushed to the side of another puppet and grabbed its arms. With a fierce tug, the puppet's arms were torn off. Damn it! Lu Gui knew he had met a tough guy. He made a prompt decision to turn around and run. Whoosh! Where do you think you're going? Huang Tianqi rushed out and hit him with his palm. Without the help of the puppets, Lu Gui's strength was not strong, so he was sent flying. He fell to the ground and howled in pain. Brothers, follow brother Atu and kill. Zhou Yunqiu shouted and rushed out. The strongest puppet had been taken care of. Although the remaining puppets were difficult to deal with, they were mainly defensive. They couldn't hurt many people. So, under the siege, these puppets were cut into pieces one by one. Wang Zhong didn't stop. He took the lead to deal with these puppets. He found his fighting experience with the Tyrannosaurus aspect was still too weak. So since he had exposed his strength, he might as well kill to his heart's content. The battle soon ended. Lu Gui knew he was going to die anyway when he saw that he couldn't run away. So, he took the poison when he fell to the ground. He died. Bastard, it's too easy for him to die like this. Zhou Yunxiu kicked Lu Gui's body angrily. Then she suddenly thought of something. She looked at Wang Zhong and went down on one knee. Brother Atu, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to run away. I was wrong again. Thank you for coming back to save us. Thank you, Brother Atuesday. Thank you, Brother Atu. Brother Atu. Chen Di held his broken wrist and walked over. Tears dripped from the corners of his eyes. I, Chen Di, have never admired anyone my age, but I really admire you. Faced with the gratitude of so many people, Wang Zhong sighed in his heart. In fact, his principle was always to be humble. However, if he hadn't acted earlier, this group of adorable people would have most likely died. Thus he had acted. Anyway, there was no point in continuing to hide. After all, he was now stronger than Huang Tianqi. There's no need to be so courteous. Let's take care of the injured first and return quickly, Wang Zhong said. That's right. Everyone quickly treat the injured, Huang Tianqi shouted. Yes, but Brother Atu, how did your strength suddenly become so powerful? That's right. I used to think that you were weak, because you were a miscellaneous disciple. Looks like he's hiding his strength. Faced with this question, Wang Zhong had already thought of an excuse. He said calmly, I have to thank Senior Zhou for this. Me. Zhou Yunxiao was stunned. Wang Zhong nodded. Yes. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have made such great progress. Atu, you mean Yunxia taught you? Huang Tianqi asked. That's right. During this period of time, Senior Sister Zhou took great care of me and helped me develop my potential, especially my strength. I feel that my strength is the same as others, said Wang Zhong. Could it be you have a special constitution? Thinking of this, Huang Tianqi was overjoyed. He said to the two elders beside him, God bless our Zhongshan sect. Our sect may have a talent with a special constitution. In this world, there were many people with special constitutions. However, after being scattered in various regions, there were actually very few people. And people like Wang Zhong, who could tear apart puppets with his bare hands, were even rarer. Therefore, one could imagine that if Wang Zhong's strength was brought out, he would be a once-in-a-century talent for their sect. Yunxia, you usually teach on Tuesday. Why didn't you say anything about his constitution? Huang Tianqi thought Zhou Yunxia knew about this. Wang Zhong said, Senior Zhou doesn't know about this. To be honest, I usually feel that I have a little more strength, but I didn't expect it to be like this. That's not right. You seem to lose every time you fought with the disciples? Zhou Yunxiu asked curiously. Wang Zhong smiled and explained. I don't like to fight with people, so sometimes I feel that if I lose, then I lose. It's good to sweep the floor and practice martial arts by myself. Zhou Yunxiu was speechless. After all this time, it turned out that Atu didn't like to fight with people. Thinking of finding someone to fight with, it seemed that she had overestimated herself. Brother Atu is so noble. I am ashamed of myself. Yes, so Brother Atu doesn't want to fight with people. This really makes me feel ashamed. Zhou Yunxia was also surprised. No wonder Wang Zhong didn't use martial arts when he taught him before. It turned out that he had been hiding his strength. Although Wang Zhong explained his situation in a few words, Zhou Yunxia still had some doubts in her heart. She even guessed that the reason why he could save her in the forest was because of his strength, and not because of some poison at all. But if that was the case, why did he hide his strength? Was it really like what he said, that he didn't like to fight? This explanation was also possible. In the past, she had seen some elders who were focused on cultivation and didn't like to manage things, so they didn't fight with people. But could there be other possibilities? Suddenly, her heart skipped a beat. When she fainted that day, she remembered seeing a tale. As she carefully recalled the past, She seemed to remember that the tail was under Wang Zhong's clothes. Subconsciously, she looked at Wang Zhong's trousers. Wang Zhong's robe was very long, so she couldn't see anything. Senior Zhou, what's wrong? Noticing Zhou Yunxia's strange behavior, Wang Zhong asked. No, nothing. Zhou Yunxia squeezed out a smile. Although she was curious about Wang Zhong, she didn't say anything. She secretly thought that she would slowly investigate this matter in the future. After such a thing happened, it was obviously impossible to hold a disciple recruitment event, so Zhou Yunxia ordered them to rest and wait for the sect's rescue. After all, Wang Zhong had released a rescue signal before, so the sect's people should have rushed over. While they were resting, Huang Tianqi also took off Lu Gui's equipment. Some pills and a ring. I didn't expect the puppet sect to have a spatial ring. Huang Tianqi was very surprised. Wang Zhong had also heard of spatial rings before. They were very special and precious things in this world. They were very small rings, but there was another space inside, and many things could be put inside. The space inside each space ring varied in size, but all of them shared one thing in common. They were extremely expensive. For example, in the entire Zhongshan sect, there were only a few spatial rings, and they were in the hands of the sect master and several great elders. And this Lu Gui actually had a spatial ring on him. Atu, you've done a great job this time. This spatial ring is yours. Huang Tianqi said without hesitation. In fact, when dealing with the other two people, Wang Zhong also found a spatial ring on the corpses, and had one on him. But good things couldn't be too much, so Wang Zhong nodded and accepted it. Then he counted the things inside the spatial ring. There were a lot of good things, but there weren't any cultivation methods related to puppetry, which made Wang Zhong feel a little regretful. The next day before dawn, the rescue team arrived late. This time, Chen Wangquan personally came. After learning the ins and outs of the matter from Zhou Yunxia, Chen Wangquan was furious. This time, if Wang Zhong wasn't a hidden master in the team would have been completely wiped out. If this spread out, his Zhongshan sect would become the laughingstock of the world. It was just that he didn't expect this disaster to be a blessing in disguise. A disciple with great potential had appeared. Atu, you're very good. This time, you saved the entire Zhongshan sect by yourself. You're worthy of being called a great hero of the sect. Chen Wangquan patted Wang Zhong's shoulder with a gratified expression. If you have any wishes, just say them. This disciple hasn't thought about it yet. At present, we have too many injured people. These things can be discussed later. Well said. You're not greedy for rewards. You're really good. The more Chen Wangquan looked at Wang Zhong, the more satisfied he was. He really didn't say anything, so he ordered everyone to go back. After returning, Chen Wangquan took Wang Zhong to his residence alone. What surprised Wang Zhong was that Shen Wanquan's residence was extremely low-key. It was a small courtyard with a small tabby cat and a well. Other than that, there was only a garden. The flowers in the garden were particularly bright. When Wang Zhong came over, he looked at the flowers and felt a little strange, because this was not the season for flowers to bloom. Atu, I heard that you're from Stone Village? Chen Wangquan walked in the garden and asked Wang Zhong like a good friend. Wang Zhong said, that's right. Well, I haven't heard of it. Are you going to go back? Chen Wangquan asked again. Of course I'll go back. Although my parents are gone, I'll still go back to see them. Thinking that he would leave here sooner or later, Wang Zhong responded. Well, you've done a great job this time. Tell me, what's your wish? Wang Zhong shook his head. I'm not competitive. I just want to focus on cultivation. Hee, there aren't many people who think like you. By the way, about your body constitution, I just checked the ancient books in the sect. You have infinite strength and amazing defense. I now suspect that your body constitution may be that of a bull. Bull. The corner of Wang Zhong's mouth twitched. What happened to the nine-tailed fox and the Tyrannosaurus physique? Chen Wangquan continued. Those with the bull physique have the strength of an ox. They can lift thousands of pounds, split boulders with their hands and kick swords with their feet. This is the bull physique. This physique is indeed very powerful. Whatever the other party said was the truth. He couldn't say that he was a demon fox, right? So he nodded in agreement. Chen Wangquan stood with his hands behind his back and continued. However, although the bull physique is powerful, it also has shortcomings. Atu, do you want to know? Chapter 450. Wang Zhong shook his head slightly, indicating that he did not know. Shen Wangquan smiled and said, "How is your cultivation speed now?" "Average." Wang Zhong had always been modest, so he said average. As expected, Shen Wangquan nodded. Although the barbarian bull physique is strong, the problem lies here. This physique's cultivation speed is not fast, and it requires a lot of cultivation resources. Is that so? Wang Zhong pretended to be surprised and looked serious. But you don't have to worry. Sect leader, you mean? Do you want to learn our sect's secret technique? Of course. Do you want to become a 1 in a million master? Yes, that's great. Do you want to become a hero that hundreds of people will follow? That's possible. Very good. Do you want to have multiple wives? After saying that, the flower buds at the edge of the garden suddenly shook violently. And as they shook, they made a crisp tinkling sound. Hearing the sound, Shen Wangquan coughed awkwardly. Wang Zhong said solemnly, "Having 3 wives and 4 concubines is too far away for me. However, if the beauties insist on marrying me, I can reluctantly accept it. After all, I can't let down their infatuation." "I suspect that you're making things up out of nothing. You're thinking too much." Shen Wangquan thought that Wang Zhong was quite narcissistic, but in his heart, he was very satisfied with Wang Zhong's answer. With ambition, one could grow in the future. Ambition was sometimes the driving force for one's improvement. Very good. Then are you willing to be my disciple? Shen Wangquan suddenly asked. Sect leader you. Atu, your talent has already proved that you have the qualifications. Your deeds of saving people in the early days have also fully proved your character. I think you are very malleable. Shen Wangquan explained carefully. In general, he had taken a fancy to his talent. In addition, Wang Zhong usually kept a low profile and did not like to fight with others, which fully explained Wang Zhong's character. Since he was able to become a personal disciple, he would be one of the candidates for the position of sect leader in the future. Hence, given his talent and character, Shen Wangquan had taken a liking to him. Atu, if you become my personal disciple, you'll be one of the candidates for the position of Zhongshan School's leader. From now on, you'll be able to browse through the sect's core techniques and cultivation methods at any time. You'll even be able to grasp some of the secrets of this continent, Shen Wangquan said. I am willing. Wang Zhong immediately cupped his hands. Disciple greets master. No matter what, he had learned a lot in the sect, and had gradually developed feelings for it. It was not a big deal for him to become a disciple. Moreover, it was indeed beneficial to him. Very good. The personal disciple assembly will be held in 3 days. From now on, you will be my 5th personal disciple. Chen Wangquan had a total of 5 personal disciples. They were Chen Di Qiurenji, Zhou Yunxia Sun Wujin and Shen Dai. Among them, Sun Wujin and Wang Zhong were not familiar with Shen Dai. He only knew that the 2 of them were martial arts fanatics, who were always focused on martial arts. As for Chen Di and Qiurenji, one of Chen Di's hands was crippled. Qiurenji had escaped from the forest last time. Although he was not punished, his Dao heart had been damaged. It would be difficult for him to progress in the future. Half an hour later, Wang Zhong followed Shen Wangquan to his inner courtyard. This is the place where the real secret books of our sect are kept. You can go in and take a look. If there's anything you like or are interested in, you can browse through it. Thank you, Master. After entering the small house, the spiritual energy here was even richer. It seemed that a formation had been set up. However, at the same time Wang Zhong, who had also cultivated formations, also felt a defensive formation. It seemed that some kind of imprisonment had been set up in this place to prevent people from sneaking in. There were not many books on the bookshelves. There were only a dozen books. However, Wang Zhong understood that these books might be some of the most powerful books in the sect's collection. There were 8 books on cultivation methods. The rest were some historical events, and the situation of some of the continent's experts. Wang Zhong roughly looked at the cultivation methods. Some of them were really good. He could try to cultivate them. However, he estimated that the effect might not be as good as that of humans. At this time, he noticed a book, The Legend of Monsters. He opened it curiously and was immediately attracted. This legend of monsters was very thick. It recorded in detail the situation of various monsters, what they liked, what power they had, and how to cultivate. Wang Zhong quickly flipped to the place where the nine-tailed fox was recorded. It was similar to the inheritance he had obtained. The more tails a nine-tailed fox had, the stronger its strength. When it became nine-tailed, it would become the king of fox demons. However, it was extremely difficult to cultivate nine tails. There were not many successful ones in history. There were two most famous nine-tailed foxes. One was the ancestor of the nine-tailed fox, whose name was Nine Tails. The other was a genius of the demon fox world. A trace of the nine-tailed fox's soul was accidentally sealed in her body when she was young. When she became an adult, she cultivated the power of nine tails. Of course, there were also some gifted foxes who were very strong when they were born. For example, Princess Nine-Tailed Fox in this life. After reading the content about the nine-tailed fox, Wang Zhong wanted to look for information about the Tyrannosaurus physique. Unfortunately, he flipped through the entire book and did not find it. For the next 3 days, Wang Zhong spent his time reading books. 3 days later, the Zhongshan sect officially announced that the sect leader, Chen Wangquan, had accepted a new personal disciple, on Tuesday. In the sect, every personal disciple's status was comparable to that of an elder. Not only was they strong, but they were also a symbol of excellent talent. If nothing unexpected happened, a personal disciple would become a big shot in the future. Even if they could not become the sect leader, they would be one of the strongest elders. Therefore, they were highly valued in many sections. The Zhongshan sect also invited some friendly sects for the personal disciple recruitment this time. After all, every personal disciple would have to be independent in the future. It was necessary to take advantage of this time, to get to know more people. There were a total of 13 sects that came. They were all from nearby sects of different sizes. However, they were all on good terms with the Zhongshan sect. Every year, they would gather together and hold a disciple competition. However, they were all learning from each other. Everyone would give each other some face. After all, in this day and age, the more friends one had outside, the more options one would have. Every day, they would fight for first place. If they did not give face to others, who would play with them? Every sect had sent their own personal disciples. There were both men and women, but they all had one thing in common. They were all young elites, and they were all handsome and beautiful. So this is Tuesday. He is indeed a talent. Senior brother Atu, congratulations on becoming a personal disciple of the Zhongshan sect. When you have time, let's go out and have fun. Junior brother, Atu looks like a powerful person. If you have time, please give me some pointers. In the main hall, the personal disciples of several sects came over to greet Wang Zhong politely. Although these people were very polite, they felt a little strange. At first glance, this Atu did not overflow with spiritual power. He did not look like a powerful person at all. What did he do to become a personal disciple? Brother Atu, may I ask, what realm are you in now? A female disciple asked curiously. Atu was barely in the foundation establishment realm. Shen Wangquan spoke for Wang Zhong, but he did not mention anything about his physique. Although everyone was familiar with each other, there was no need to talk about the details of his sect. This way, Wang Zhong could have a secret about his physique as a trump card. Everyone chatted for a while more. Finally, it was time for the apprenticeship. Shen Wangquan waved his hand, and several sandalwood sticks on the table flew into his hand. With a light flick, the sticks were lit. Only then did Shen Wangquan bow to the founder of the Zhongshan school on the wall, cupping his hands and reciting, "Founder above, this unfilial grand disciple Shen Wangquan accepts Atu as his personal disciple in front of the founder." Shen Wangquan inserted the sandalwood sticks into the ashes, then took out a token. On the back of the token was a picture of the Zhongshan sect's mountain. On the front was written, personal disciple of the Zhongshan sect. Shen Wangquan had said before that he would give this token. In addition to representing his identity, this token also contained the power of a formation. This power could not be used unless absolutely necessary. It was another trump card. After the ceremony, the atmosphere was joyous. Several major sects gave face and proposed to learn from each other. So Wang Zhong also went up, and everyone stopped. After a few fights, everyone was surprised to find that although Wang Zhong's strength was in the foundation establishment realm, he was not at a disadvantage in the face of these masters, who had stepped into the nascent soul realm. For a time, everyone no longer looked down on Wang Zhong. They all thought in their hearts, sure enough, to become Shen Wanquan's personal disciple, he must have some skills. After that, there was a big banquet. After the meal, these people went back to their homes. Wang Zhong also returned to his hut. Because of the formation in this place, the spirit energy was not worse than other places. Anyway, he was used to living here, so Wang Zhong did not move. Although he did not move, the sect still ordered a few disciples to expand this place. After 3 months, this place had become a courtyard house. The spirit gathering formation had also expanded a lot. Not only was the spirit energy in the house rich, but even the surrounding spirit energy was abundant, forming a scene of paradise. During this period of time, other than cultivating, Wang Zhong spent most of his time dealing with the things he had obtained after killing the puppet faction. There were a lot of things, all of which were some medicinal pills and a few pieces of equipment, but they were not suitable for him. After dealing with these, he continued to practice the contents of the formation. On this day, Wang Zhong was thinking about a set of offensive formations when a girl walked over from the path. "Is junior brother Atu here?" Hearing the voice, Wang Zhong looked over curiously. Strictly speaking, the only girl he knew here was Zhou Yunxia, but this voice was not Zhou Yunxia's. Looking over, he saw a very beautiful woman walking over. She was slightly shorter than Zhou Yunxia, but she was dressed very well with a butterfly-like hairpin in her hair. Seeing the person coming, Wang Zhong was a little curious. "I'm here, may I ask who you are?" "My name is Shindai," the woman said coldly. Shindai was one of sect master Chen Wanquan's direct disciples, but she also had another identity, and that was Chen Wanquan's daughter. According to the other disciples, Chen Wanquan's wife died during childbirth when Shindai was born. After that, Chen Wangquan planted his wife's favorite flowers in his residence, which now became a garden. After that, Chen Wangquan did not marry again, and he and his daughter depended on each other. "So it's senior sister Shen." Wang Zhong nodded solemnly. "May I know why you are looking for me?" "Let's fight." Shindai took a step forward and shouted. Chapter 451. Let's fight. Seeing that Shindai was about to fight, Wang Zhong frowned. Suddenly he smiled and said, "I've long heard that senior sister Shen is obsessed with martial arts. I didn't expect it to be true." Shindai also smiled and said, "It's good that you know. A few days ago, I went into seclusion to cultivate. When I came out yesterday, I found out that my father had accepted you as his personal disciple. After asking around, I found out that you've been promoted from a miscellaneous disciple to a personal disciple. I'm very curious about your strength." "You don't know my strength?" Wang Zhong was puzzled. Shindai shook her head. "I'll know once I try." "All right then." He had heard that Shindai liked to find people to compete with. If anyone didn't want to compete with her, she would get angry with them. Chen Di and Zhou Yunxia had been pestered by her. So in order to not let her pester him, Wang Zhong agreed. Shindai attacked decisively. She used the Zhongshan sect's top secret technique, whip kick. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Shindai kicked over. At the same time, spirit energy gushed out and rushed towards Wang Zhong. Initial stage of the Void Return realm. Shindai's strength was considered good among the inner disciples. She could probably rank in the top 20, but among the personal disciples it was not enough. However, Wang Zhong did not say much. He reached out and caught Shindai's kick. Then with a jerk, Shindai was directly thrown out. "What strength?" Shindai's expression changed as she was smashed to the ground. Thank you for letting me win, Wang Zhong said. That's not right. You didn't use spirit energy. Shindai was surprised. After thinking for a while, she suddenly realized. I understand. Your physique is special. Your father didn't tell you? Wang Zhong was puzzled. If he told me, how would I know? Shindai gritted her teeth and muttered. No wonder he was so mysterious and said that I was no match for you. So that's why. Alright then. I still have something to do. Wang Zhong ordered her to leave. I'll go back and study how to defeat you. I'll take my leave first. This is too strange, isn't it? Why must you defeat me? Wang Zhong shook his head in confusion. Just as he was about to continue cultivating, he heard another voice. What are you doing? Didn't you leave? Wang Zhong turned around and discovered that it wasn't Shindai but Zhou Yunxia. Senior sister Zhou. He's out. Wang Zhong smiled. Last time, Zhou Yunxia had suffered some injuries from the puppet sex attack. After returning, she had spent a long time recuperating before going into seclusion. Unexpectedly, she had emerged so early. Yes, I'm currently in the middle stage of the nascent soul stage. Zhou Yunxia sighed. If it weren't for that attack, I'm afraid I wouldn't have comprehended it so quickly. It can be considered a blessing in disguise. It's just a pity for those junior brothers and sisters, Zhou Yunxia said regretfully. The great elder has already brought the disciples to those disciples' homes to express their condolences. Don't take it to heart. Zhou Yunxia nodded. By the way, who were you talking to just now? What do you mean by didn't I leave? Oh, it's Shindai. Wang Zhong told her about Shindai's challenge to him. Is that so? Zhou Yunxia laughed. Atu, you'll be busy in the future. What's going on? Wang Zhong was curious. Once Shindai has set her sights on someone, she will keep challenging them until she defeats you. That can't be. Wang Zhong felt a headache. She seemed to have challenged you before. How did you deal with it? I lost to her on purpose. Wang Zhong nodded. That's simple. When will I lose to her on purpose? Let's not talk about her. Why are you here? Didn't I advance? I specially came to exchange pointers with you to see how it went. Wang Zhong smiled. Speaking of which, I also wanted to look for you. You also wanted to look for me. Zhou Yunxia was full of joy. What's the matter? Two things. One is good and the other is troublesome. Which one do you want to hear first? The troublesome one. Zhou Yunxia smiled and said, I prefer bitterness before sweetness. And the troublesome one is that there are a few areas I don't understand about spirit arrays recently. I may have to trouble you to teach me in the future, Wang Zhong said. I thought it was something big. It's nothing, just leave it to me. Zhou Yunxia looked at Wang Zhong with her big eyes and seemed to be in a good mood. As for the good thing, it's this. Wang Zhong took out a space ring. Last time, when I dealt with those 3 bastards, I obtained 2 space rings. In any case, I have an extra one, so I'll give this to you. Thank you for teaching me spirit arrays. This space ring was actually a level higher than the one Wang Zhong used. It was mainly because of its beautiful appearance. After cleaning it, Wang Zhong placed it in this delicate little box. Looking at the cyan space ring, Zhou Yunxia's eyes lit up. Although she was a legacy disciple, she didn't have something as rare as a space ring. Sometimes when going out, girls would carry more things than men, such as underwear, shoes, hairpins, and so on. She used to put them in her cloth bag, but now that she had a space ring, she didn't have to carry so many things. However, she also knew that this thing was extremely precious, so after hesitating for a moment, she didn't accept it. No, this thing is too precious. How can I use it? You really don't want it? Seeing the reluctance in Zhou Yunxia's eyes, Wang Zhong deliberately asked. I don't want it. Then forget it, I'll throw it away. Wang Zhong deliberately threw it into the forest. Oh, how can you be so wasteful? Zhou Yunxia anxiously ran out. At that moment, Wang Zhong suddenly reached out and took out the space ring, smiling. I'm just joking with you. Zhou Yunxia saw that the space ring hadn't been thrown away and rolled her eyes. Good, you're actually playing with me. Haha, I'm just joking. Senior sister, do you want it or not? Then. Okay. Zhou Yunxia lowered her head, looking a little embarrassed. Wang Zhong didn't think much of it at first, but when he saw Zhou Yunxia's expression, his heart suddenly moved, and he thought to himself, no way. Why does senior sister look like she's shy? Could it be that she's interested in me and has a crush on me? Wang Zhong's heart trembled. Sometimes, being too outstanding was really troublesome. At the moment, he didn't want to engage in any romantic relationships. So after giving the space ring, Wang Zhong coughed and said that they could start learning spirit arrays. Zhou Yunxia also returned to her normal appearance and began to teach. Now, Zhou Yunxia was even more serious. There were some things that Wang Zhong actually understood, but Zhou Yunxia seemed to want to talk more and explain them in detail. When it was time to eat, Wang Zhong was too embarrassed to drive Zhou Yunxia away, so he could only make some fish soup for everyone to drink. It's delicious. Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but sigh. Drink more if it's delicious. There's more in the pot. I'll cook more if it's not enough. No, I can't drink anymore. I'm afraid I'll get fat. You look better when you're fat. Wang Zhong was a little regretful after saying that. How could he say that? Sure enough, Zhou Yunxia was embarrassed again. So junior brother, you like fat people? Wang Zhong. At this moment, Zhou Yunxia seemed to have made up her mind. While Wang Zhong was eating, she secretly glanced at the bottom of Wang Zhong's pants. She still remembered the scene when she saw the fox's tail. After so long, she had already forgotten whether it was an illusion or not, so she really wanted to check it out. However, in the end, she didn't reach out as she felt that it would be rude. Wouldn't it be awkward if nothing happened? The two of them chatted for a while, and it was already dark. Zhou Yunxia looked up at the sky and sighed. It's so beautiful. Yes. Junior brother Atu, what are your plans for the future? I haven't thought about it yet. Will you go home? Yes, what about you? I'll go home too. I heard that you're from a spirit array family. Wang Zhong asked. Yes, my father and sect master are very good friends, so I came here to study. Junior brother Atu, has your family discussed a marriage? Suddenly, Zhou Yunxia asked embarrassedly. To tell you the truth, I don't have any relatives in my family. I just have some old friends in my hometown, Wang Zhong said. Oh, if you don't mind, how about I take you to my Zhou family when I have time? Don't misunderstand. I'm just inviting you to stay as a guest. After all, you've saved me twice. Of course. Good. Hearing Wang Zhong agree, Zhou Yunxia's face relaxed. She looked up again, holding the space ring in her hand. When I go back, my friends at home will definitely be envious when they see me with such a treasure. For some reason, as Zhou Yunxia spoke, the two of them got closer and closer, their shoulders leaning against each other. Only then did Zhou Yunxia realize that they were too close. If he could see her face now, he would find that she was blushing purple. Wang Zhong didn't think much of it. Looking at the space ring in her hand, he reminded her, you should keep this treasure well. It can't be seen by outsiders. That's true. I didn't expect junior brother Atu to be so vigilant. When I was young, I traveled a lot, so I naturally saw more. When I was young, I was really tired. Every day, my father forced me to study. Zhou Yunxia sighed. He did it for your own good. Yes, he said it was for my own good. Now that I've finally learned something, I understand his good intentions. But now that I'm out of the sect, I don't know what the outside world is like. Zhou Yunxia sighed. She was now used to leaning against Wang Zhong. So she leaned her whole shoulder on Wang Zhong's and said, I really hope that I can live a carefree life and not think about the Jianghu. Wang Zhong nodded. He understood what Zhou Yunxia meant. In the Jianghu, even if you didn't provoke others, it didn't mean that others wouldn't provoke you. Just like the puppet sect, who attacked here for no reason. By the way, your parents know about the puppet sect, right? Wang Zhong asked. Yes, they are now tracking the puppet sect. Unfortunately, the puppet sect's whereabouts are uncertain. It's very troublesome. That night the two chatted a lot. Zhou Yunxia had never chatted so much with someone before. In the middle of the night, Zhou Yunxia got up and left. Early the next morning, before the sun rose, Wang Zhong transformed into a fox and jumped into the stream. He had finished eating all the fish in the past few days, so he had to catch some more and wash his fur. Now that he was old and his fur had grown out, It was getting harder and harder to take care of himself. After catching enough fish, Wang Zhong jumped ashore. At this time he heard footsteps. Junior brother Atu, junior brother Atu. Chapter 452. Junior brother Atu? Where are you? Atu. Such an anxious voice naturally belonged to Shindai. Only she would be so rash when looking for someone. Damn it, she's here so early. Wang Zhong panicked. He was still in his fox form. If Shindai saw him like this, he would definitely not allow it. But if he returned to his human form, he wouldn't even be wearing clothes. Forget it. It's better to be naked than to be seen. Wang Zhong immediately returned to his human form. At the same time, Shindai smelled the fishy smell on the shore and walked towards the stream. After taking a few steps, Shindai was stunned. You. Atu, you're actually acting like a pervert. The Wang Zhong in front of her was completely naked. He looked at Shindai in confusion and said, "Then why are you still looking?" Fortunately, his fox tail was hidden behind his back, so Shindai didn't see it. Shindai blushed and quickly turned around. She stomped her feet and snorted. You, how can you do this to me? What did I do to you? Wang Zhong was speechless, but his hands didn't slow down and quickly put on his clothes. You deliberately showed me your naked body. I was bathing and just came ashore. How could I know you were here? Wang Zhong snorted coldly. He had to be more careful in the future. Shindai stomped her feet again. You're still quibbling. You did it on purpose. Wang Zhong didn't want to pay attention to her. If I did it on purpose, I would have to be a fortune teller. Shindai thought about it and felt that it made sense. But she still couldn't take it and ran away. It seemed like she was really crying. Damn it, I can't believe I encountered such a thing. He waited anxiously for the whole morning. He thought that Shindai would complain to her father, but she didn't. The whole morning was peaceful. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. Wang Zhong had been cultivating in his room. Thanks to the medicinal herbs he collected in Zhongshan Forest, he would boil them in a large wooden barrel every day and soak them in his body before going to bed at night. In a sense, this barrel of medicinal liquid contributed greatly to the Tyrannosaurus's physical strength becoming so strong. At noon, Shindai came again. This time she was even colder. Her face was frosty as she shouted, Atu, I want to defeat you to vent the hatred in my heart. Still thinking about what happened this morning? I said it was a misunderstanding. Wang Zhong was roasting fish and was about to have lunch. He didn't expect this Cheng Yaojin to come. I've thought about what happened this morning. Maybe I came a little too quickly. Although it polluted my eyes, I still decided to let you go. What do you mean by polluting your eyes? Wang Zhong was speechless. How dare you say there's no pollution? It's like chopsticks. Do you think I don't know? What? Chopsticks. Wang Zhong's expression changed drastically. How can you accuse me of something I didn't do? Tisk, let's not talk about this anymore. I'm going to defeat you today. I say, why are you looking for someone to challenge for no reason? Wang Zhong really couldn't figure out what Shindai meant. That's none of your business. In short, I must defeat you. Take this. Shindai didn't say anything and rushed forward. In order to avoid Shindai always finding trouble with him, Wang Zhong chose to be defeated by Shindai. He also threw a punch, but only used 30% of his strength. Then, he pretended to groan and flew out. Pa! Wang Zhong fell to the ground and said in surprise, Amazing, senior sister Shindai is really amazing. I was defeated by you. Shindai was very angry. Do you think I'm an idiot? You didn't even use your strength, and you said you were defeated by me? It's true. I don't believe it. Then I can't do anything about it. Wang Zhong spread his hands and looked helpless. You said you were defeated by me, right? Fine, take off your shirt and go to the martial arts field, and say in public that I beat you until you lost your shirt. Wang Zhong frowned. Take off my shirt? Yes, just take off my shirt. No. Wang Zhong immediately shook his head. If he took off his shirt, wouldn't his foxtail be exposed? How could that be? Why not? I won't do something that will ruin my reputation. Ha ha ha. You also know that it will ruin your reputation. You didn't even use your strength. And you said you were defeated by me. Are you treating me like a 3-year-old child? Anyway, you can either fight seriously with me, or go to the martial arts field as I said. Can you not take off your shirt? If you walk out like this, it will be improper. Wang Zhong deliberately shook his head and said, That won't do. Otherwise, how could those disciples believe it? Then let's change the way. No, I say, what's wrong with you? Why are you so afraid of taking off your shirt? It's not like you're taking it off completely. Wang Zhong frowned. After thinking for a while, it seemed that taking the initiative to admit defeat was not going to work. But he didn't want to be annoyed, so after thinking about it, there was only one way. That was to defeat Shindai, and let her know how powerful he was. For a moment, Wang Zhong's eyes turned cold. I don't have feelings. Fine. Since you're so unreasonable, I won't spoil you. Let's have a good fight. Wang Zhong stretched out his hand and said lightly, Come. Good, that's more like it. Shindai was overjoyed and attacked. This time Wang Zhong didn't give in. With a light snort he grabbed Shindai's wrist. What a strong strength. Shindai's face changed, and was about to withdraw her hand. However, Wang Zhong pulled her back and stood behind her. He kicked out. Plop. This kick landed squarely on Shindai's butt. Shindai fell flat on her face. Wang Zhong was very satisfied. He secretly thought that only by teaching Shindai a ruthless lesson could she know the difficulties and retreat. In the future, when she saw him, she would take a detour. You actually kicked me. Feeling the burning pain behind her, Shindai was incomparably angry. It was intentional. It was definitely intentional. It's a martial arts competition. Fists and feet have no eyes. Senior sister, don't blame me. Wang Zhong said with a serious face. You definitely did it on purpose. Senior sister, don't slander me. How am I slandering you? You did it on purpose. Shindai scolded as she got up. Her lower body was numb. She touched her face. Her face was full of mud. What will my face? Shindai shouted angrily. Wang Zhong responded bluntly. You were the one who wanted to challenge me. Don't blame me if you get beaten up. If you don't want to suffer anymore, don't bother me in the future. You really did it on purpose. You bullied me with your strength. Whoa. Shindai was so angry that she cried. Wang Zhong didn't know what to do. He quickly comforted her. Hey, there's no need to do this, right? We're all martial artists. It's fine to be beaten up a few times. Whoa. Shindai was still crying. Seeing that her crying was getting louder and louder, Wang Zhong was worried that someone would see it. He didn't know what he did to Shindai, so he quickly said, Okay, don't cry. As he spoke, he pulled Shindai into his courtyard. I don't want to cry, but you bullied me. Shindai said loudly. At most, I'll apologize. To tell you the truth, who told you to come and find me when I'm eating? Wang Zhong said. You're blaming me? Then you can fight me after you've eaten. Wang Zhong was about to speak when he suddenly smelled a burnt smell. His expression changed immediately. I was too busy talking to you. My grilled fish. He quickly ran to the small house next door and saw that the grilled fish on the grill were burnt. I was wondering why there was a smell. It turns out that the fish are burnt. Seeing Wang Zhong's anxious appearance, Shindai actually laughed mischievously. In her heart she thought, serves you right. You still have the mood to laugh. Wang Zhong was speechless at Shindai. He waved his hand and said, You can go. Shaking his head, Wang Zhong could only pack up his things. Fortunately, he caught a lot of fish in the morning. After putting the other fish on the grill, he smeared sesame oil and barbecued them again. Shindai hadn't left yet, because it was the first time she saw such a cooking method. Are you grilling fish? It looks quite fragrant. Shindai muttered. Why haven't you left yet? Wang Zhong was annoyed when he saw Shindai. Let me see. I was just looking for you to fight, and caused you to lose your lunch. I apologize. Forget it. I don't want you to cry in front of me again. Rude. Shindai rolled her eyes and saw the fire on the stove suddenly become bigger. This was Wang Zhong using his spirit energy to ignite the fire. After a while, the smell of barbecue filled the house. Goyalu. Shindai's stomach suddenly growled. Only then did she realize that she hadn't eaten. Of course, Wang Zhong heard it. But how could he let Shindai eat? If she got addicted to it, wouldn't he be annoyed to death if she kept coming over? So, he pretended not to hear it. He picked up the salt, crushed it, and sprinkled it evenly on the grilled fish. Sizzle! On the fish, the fragrance of the fried meat filled the whole house. Wang Zhong took out a dagger, cut a piece of fish, picked it up and ate it. Munch munch. It's quite delicious. Gulp. Shindai swallowed a mouthful of saliva. She wanted to eat, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. She deliberately pretended to be indifferent and said, I haven't eaten yet. Oh, then go back and eat. Wang Zhong's words almost choked Shindai to death. At this time, the cafeteria should be closed. Shindai said. Then go back and cook it yourself. This guy is doing it on purpose. Looking at Wang Zhong's harmless eyes, Shindai had the urge to strangle Wang Zhong to death. I see that you have a lot of fish. I want to grill one myself. The more Wang Zhong drove her away, the more Shindai was not convinced. She, who had always been thick-skinned, simply picked up a fish and prepared to grill it like Wang Zhong. Forget it, forget it. If you want to eat, eat. Seeing that Shindai wanted to grill it herself, Wang Zhong had no choice but to hand it to her. Shindai smiled and happily took a bite. Wow, it's delicious. Shindai beamed with joy. You look quite stupid. I didn't expect it to be so delicious. Wang Zhong directly ignored Shindai's words. Half an hour later, the two finally finished grilling the fish. Shindai said with emotion, It tastes much better than the cafeteria. Grill it again next time. I'll eat it again. Atu atu? At this time, the voice of the senior sister Zhou Yunxia sounded from outside the door. Hey, it seems to be Sister Yunxia's voice. Shindai muttered. Zhou Yunxia was stunned at the door. Why is there Shindai's voice in the room? What are the two of them doing? Chapter 453. Zhou Yunxia frowned. Because the sound in the room wasn't loud, she couldn't hear clearly, but she was sure that it was Shindai and Wang Zhong inside. For a moment, Zhou Yunxia felt a little sour in her heart. She thought to herself, why is Shindai inside? A man and a woman alone, what a scandal. Wang Zhong opened the door and found that it was indeed Zhou Yunxia at the door. Senior Zhou, you're here. Sister Yunxia. Shindai greeted happily. It could be seen that Shindai and Zhou Yunxia had a good relationship. However, at this time, Zhou Yunxia seemed a little unhappy and asked, You two are sneaking around. What are you doing in the room? Nothing, we're eating grilled fish. Sister Yunxia, what are you doing here? Shindai looked at Zhou Yunxia curiously. Zhou Yunxia said seriously, I'm here to talk to Brother Atu about some things about arrays. Oh, then you two talk. I'm going back to cultivate. Shindai was about to leave, but seeing that Zhou Yunxia and Wang Zhong were talking, she left first. Halfway through, Shindai suddenly thought of something and turned back to Wang Zhong with a smile. Atu, I didn't expect you to have a little bamboo pole, hee hee. Is this woman poisonous? Wang Zhong was speechless. After Shindai left, Zhou Yunxia couldn't help but ask, Atu, what's a little bamboo pole? Ahem, it's nothing. It's just a small game. Let's not talk about it. Oh, Shindai has always liked to play. You don't have to lower yourself to her level, Zhou Yunxia said casually, but her eyes looked inside the room. They were really eating grilled fish. She breathed a sigh of relief, but she couldn't help but feel nervous. She had been here so many times, but Atu had never given her grilled fish. Why did Shindai get to eat it? Why? Why is this happening? You're quite good to that girl. You even gave her grilled fish? Zhou Yunxia said. Wang Zhong couldn't say that she was shamelessly freeloading, so he nodded and said, I happen to be free. She came to compete with you again? Zhou Yunxia asked. Yes, I happened to have lunch, so I ate with her. What do you think of her? Zhou Yunxia asked deliberately. It's all right. Although Wang Zhong said so, he was actually complaining in his heart. He was just a little brat. Pretty, right? Wang Zhong raised his eyebrows. He felt that Zhou Yunxia's question was a little strange. He replied, Yes, it's pretty. What's wrong? Nothing. Zhou Yunxia was obviously unhappy. Sure enough, Atu was attracted by Shindai's beauty. She felt a sense of urgency. That I suddenly remembered that I have something to do, so I'll leave first. Without looking back, Zhou Yunxia left the place. What's going on? Looking at Zhou Yunxia's back, Wang Zhong was a little confused. After Zhou Yunxia walked out of Wang Zhong's Sihiyuan, she felt extremely uncomfortable. She even felt like crying. Ba, what am I doing? If junior brother Atu and junior sister Shindai are together, I should give them my blessings. Why would I be sad? That's not right. Why should I give them my blessings? Didn't Master say that we have to fight for everything ourselves? Zhou Yunxia muttered. Her whole person seemed to be divided. Sometimes, she was serious, sometimes she was whispering, and sometimes she seemed to have made up her mind. Why am I like this? Suddenly Zhou Yunxia froze. Why am I so worried about junior brother Atu? Could it be? Zhou Yunxia realized a very serious problem. Ever since she came back from the cave, she had a whole new level of respect for Atu. After she came back, she dreamed of Wang Zhong several times. Later, she taught Wang Zhong array formations. The two of them got along very well. Over time I like junior brother Atu? Zhou Yunxia covered her face with her hands when she realized this. She was shocked. Fortunately, there was no one around. If there was someone, they would definitely see Zhou Yunxia blushing like a persimmon. Does junior brother Atu like me or not? Zhou Yunxia muttered to herself. She covered her face shyly again. She felt that perhaps Wang Zhong was interested in her. But when she thought of Shindai's scene in Wang Zhong's room today, her expression became serious again. Father said that no matter what you do, you should always strike first. Shindai, although I respect you as my sister, how can I give up on my sweetheart? As she spoke, Zhou Yunxia scrutinized the space ring that Wang Zhong had given her and said seriously, the one who strikes first has the advantage. Yunxia, you have to be strong. Don't be embarrassed. Sister, what are you doing? At this time, Zhou Yunxiu and her friends were passing by with a lot of fruits. Ahem, I'm thinking about something. Zhou Yunxia blushed and pretended to be calm. I just came out of seclusion. I suddenly thought of a key part of a cultivation method, so I stopped to think about it. This lie was ridiculous, but Zhou Yunxiu and her friends believed it without a doubt. Because the person in front of them was Zhou Yunxia, who didn't know that their eldest senior sister was the most diligent disciple. She was even more diligent than all of them combined. Senior sister Zhou's cultivation is already so high, but she's still so hardworking. It really makes me feel ashamed. If I could be half as hardworking as senior sister Zhou, I wouldn't have to worry about my cultivation. Senior sister Zhou is really a role model for our generation. If you have the time to flatter, why don't you go and cultivate? Zhou Yunxia shook her head. Sister, we're not working for nothing. We're preparing to go to junior brother Atu's place. Zhou Yunxia smiled. What are you going to do there? First elder said that junior brother Atu's residence is too simple as a direct disciple. Outsiders might laugh at us. So he asked us to come here and build a garden and pavilion outside. Didn't you just expand it not long ago? Zhou Yunxia asked. At that time, it was to expand the residence. This time is different. Also, we heard that junior brother Atu likes to swim in the stream and catch fish. We're going to clean up the weeds around the stream to make it more beautiful. This was the treatment of a personal disciple. Not only would there be people to take care of their basic necessities, even their appearance would be taken into consideration. After all, the personal disciples represented the face of the sect. Their extravagance had to be treated with great care. Zhou Yunxia nodded to show that she understood. Suddenly, she saw that the disciples behind them were holding wine. She asked curiously, "Why did you bring wine?" The disciple holding the wine said embarrassedly, "Actually, we took the initiative to do this work. Every time we worked for junior brother Atu, he would cook grilled fish and meat soup for us. Yes. The food he cooks is much better than the food in the cafeteria. We were thinking of eating and drinking in the afternoon after work." Zhou Yunxia smiled. "All you think about is food." Zhou Yunxia shook her head. "Let's go. I'll go too." "Sister, you're going too?" Zhou Yunxia stared at her. "Yes. I'm tired of the food in the cafeteria. Can't I go to Atu's place to eat? Okay. You're not suitable for work, Zhou Yunxiu said. I can help cook and steal Atu's cooking skills, Zhou Yunxia said with a smile. That's great. I'll be able to eat sister's food more often in the future. The group of people laughed as they walked towards Wang Zhong's small house. The first elder had told Wang Zhong that Zhou Yunxiu and the others were coming to help with the garden. Of course, Wang Zhong knew about it. This was also why he went into the river early in the morning to catch fish. After all, he had to entertain them at night. Although he was a direct disciple, he never acted arrogantly and oppressed others with his power. He still had to be polite when necessary. This was the foundation of being a person. However, Wang Zhong did not expect that senior sister Zhou Yunxia would also come to help with the work. There were 8 people, including Zhou Yunxia. 2 of them went to the stream to pull weeds. In the past, very few people came to this place, so it was overgrown with weeds. It was much more refreshing to clean up. 2 of them were building a fence in the backyard of the courtyard. When the time came, they would plant flowers, fruits, and vegetables. The scenery would be unique. The other 3 people were building a pavilion in the front yard. The wood, bricks, and tiles used to build the pavilion were all brought up by the craftsmen at the foot of the mountain. After that, they were handed over to the disciples to build. It looked like some chores, but in fact, the sect intended to train the disciples' hardworking spirit. Zhou Yunxia helped with the planting. The disciples bought some vegetable seedlings at the foot of the mountain. This was all requested by Wang Zhong himself. This way, they would not have to eat wild vegetables every day. It was not bad to be self-sufficient. Seeing Zhou Yunxia working, Wang Zhong felt a little apologetic. While digging, he said, "Senior sister Zhou, this is all rough work. You should take a rest." "I'll do it." Hearing Wang Zhong's concern, Zhou Yunxia felt happy. She did not work in vain. Atu was concerned about her. "It's okay. This is nothing." Zhou Yunxia was very diligent. She did not want to be seen as a rich young lady. Seeing that he could not persuade Zhou Yunxia, Wang Zhong could only let her work. In fact, Zhou Yunxia had never farmed before. For example, when she was digging, she always dug a large area, but it was not very deep. Therefore, Wang Zhong could only teach her step by step. When you're digging, the hoe should be held like this. Look, hey. Wang Zhong demonstrated the method and continued to dig for a while. Zhou Yunxia was surprised. "I didn't expect junior brother Atu to be so familiar with farming. I used to farm a lot," Wang Zhong explained. Zhou Yunxia was pulling weeds by the stream when suddenly, her good friend beside her nudged her. "What are you doing?" Zhou Yunxia was working hard and was unhappy that her good friend disturbed her. "Yunxiu, I didn't expect Atu to be so good at farming. What's so strange about that? Didn't junior brother Atu say that he grew up in Stone Village? He must have farmed at home." "That's true. But did you notice?" Seeing her good friend's hesitant look, Zhou Yunxiu, who had always been straightforward, was immediately dissatisfied. She frowned and said, "If you have something to say, just say it. Why are you hesitating?" "I'm afraid you'll be angry. Are you King interested in my girlfriend Yang Xiaoqing?" Her good friend rolled her eyes. "What are you thinking? Although I also like Yang Xiaoqing, I will never tell you." "Zhou Yunxiu, I'm just joking. I mean, don't you think your sister is interested in Atu?" Chapter 454. As soon as his friend finished speaking, Zhou Yunxiu could not help but slap him on the head. "What are you talking about? Who do you think my sister is? I told you not to be angry. I'm serious. Look at your sister and Atu." Zhou Yunxiu followed his friend's finger and saw Wang Zhong teaching Zhou Yunxia how to farm. That was not a problem. However, if one looked closely at Zhou Yunxia's eyes, one would notice that whenever Wang Zhong spoke, Zhou Yunxia would look at him with a serious and admiring gaze. That would be incredible. Zhou Yunxiu did not want to admit it, but as an experienced lover, his heart skipped a beat. He knew that something was wrong. His sister had taken a liking to Atu. When he thought about it, he realized that his sister did not like Atu at first. When he bullied Atu, his sister taught him in private that he should not bully others. She then used Atu as an example. She said that bullying others would not make him stronger. Instead, it would make others think that he was not a good person. She said that he should work hard to cultivate and not become a good-for-nothing like Atu. At that time, his sister used Atu as a negative example. However, he did not expect that Atu would save his sister. Wasn't this the way he often used to save the damsel in distress? Atu did not just save his sister once. He saved her twice. The last time, he saved everyone. Moreover, he was now on the same level as his sister. He was even valued by the sect master. If he were in his sister's shoes, he would probably fall in love with Atu too. Zhou Yunqiu frowned, but he soon relaxed. His sister was not young anymore. If she returned home, she might be betrothed to some old guy. Now that his sister had found her true love, it could not be better. In Zhou Yunqiu's opinion, although Wang Zhong came from an ordinary family, his talent was extraordinary. He would be one of the most promising disciples to compete for the position of the Zhongshan sect's sect master in the future. In that case, he was worthy of his sister. Zhou Yunqiu smiled when he thought of that. He deliberately walked over and said in surprise, "Sister, you've never farmed at home. You're a farmer now." His expression was exaggerated, showing his surprise that Zhou Yunqiu was a farmer. Zhou Yunqiu was speechless. "You're not helping Atu, are you?" "Oh my God!" Zhou Yunqiu was surprised again. "Why are you so surprised?" Zhou Yunqiu asked. Cough cough. "Brother Yunqiu, why are you doing this?" Wang Zhong stopped what he was doing and asked. "It's nothing. I was just thinking about how my sister treats you so well. I'm a little jealous." Zhou Yunqiu blushed and scolded. "Atu, you're such a nice person. What's wrong with me helping you?" At this moment, Wang Zhong could tell that Zhou Yunqiu was here to be his wingman. Zhou Yunqiu purposely smiled and said, "I'm just complaining. Well, I'll get to work first." After Zhou Yunqiu left, the atmosphere became ambiguous. Zhou Yunqiu's face was bright red as she said, "I'm sorry, Atu. I'll definitely teach him a lesson when I get back." It's nothing. But what he said is also true. This kind of manual labor is not suitable for you. How about? Before Wang Zhong could finish, Zhou Yunqiu quickly shook her head. "It's okay, I'm happy." This was tantamount to a confession. Wang Zhong sighed inwardly. He did not know what to do. After all, his mission in this life was to marry the nine-tailed fox of the demon clan and become the king of the demon clan. But until now, he had not even touched the tip of his mission. Now he was thinking about love. This. How could this be? Moreover, Zhou Yunqiu still did not know that he was a fox. If she knew, who knew what she would do? At this point, Wang Zhong felt that it was better not to get too close. So, he pretended that he did not know anything and continued digging. After working until evening, Wang Zhong began to grill the fish. In addition to grilling the fish, he also prepared many vegetables, such as eggplant, cabbage, and some meat slices and skewers. After skewering the meat slices together, he started a fire to grill the meat. Zhou Yunqiu washed her hands and came over to help like a little wife. However, when she saw that Wang Zhong was skewering the meat together, she was confused. "Atu, what are you doing?" "I'm making barbecue skewers. You must have never eaten them before." Wang Zhong smiled mysteriously and said, "By the way, string the cabbage and chives together like I did." "Okay." Zhou Yunqiu followed the pattern and started to skewer some vegetables. While he was cooking, he felt strange. Junior brother Atu made so many strange things. Perhaps these were the local specialties of his hometown. This time, Wang Zhong prepared many seasonings for the grilled fish. He poured water into it and made a grilled fish soup with many seasonings. After it was done, the fire was lit, and the barbecue was done at the same time. The people outside could not wait to run over to eat. Seeing the group of people's dirty appearance, Zhou Yunqiu scolded. "How can you eat when you're so dirty? Go wash up." Yes, eldest senior sister is right." The group of people laughed and went to clean up. When they came over, Wang Zhong had already placed the grilled fish and skewers on the stone table at the door. At night, the cool breeze blew gently, and the crisp chirping of insects in the forest sounded particularly pleasant. Drinking and chatting with friends in such an environment was sometimes a kind of enjoyment. Everyone sat around the table and smelled the aroma on the table. Zhou Yunxiu and the others were very hungry. Everyone eat. Don't be shy. Wang Zhong picked up the wine and poured wine for everyone. Haha, Brother Atu, you're so polite. Yes, Brother Atu's food is delicious. They had already picked up the skewers and started eating. Wow, this is the first time I've eaten something like this. This is the legendary barbecue skewers. Brother Atu, is this a specialty of your hometown? Wang Zhong nodded. You can say so. Here's the grilled chives and cabbage. Zhou Yunxia walked over with a plate. Because she had worked for a long time, fine beads of sweat appeared on her forehead. However, this did not make her look greasy. Instead, it added a bit of ordinary gentleness. Senior Sister Zhou, you've been working for a long time. Eat first. I'll take care of the rest. Wang Zhong was a little apologetic. He stood up and said, It's okay. I'm a woman. You guys eat more, Zhou Yunxia said. At this time, even the stupidest person could tell that Zhou Yunxia was interested in Wang Zhong. They all raised their eyebrows. Senior Sister Zhou is so good to Brother Atu. Yes, I'm so envious. Senior Sister Zhou is a good wife and mother. Whoever can marry her in the future will be blessed by the ancestors. Some people chimed in. Zhou Yunxiu said, Sai, I'm the younger brother. My sister has never been so good to me. Wang Zhong was speechless. There were a lot of wingmen today. Zhou Yunxia was even more embarrassed. However, this time she was not angry. Instead, she said, Can't you guys control your mouths when there's food? Don't talk nonsense. I'll go get some more food. Thank you, Senior Sister. Of course, Wang Zhong did not want to let Zhou Yunxia work alone. So he went into the house to clean up. Zhou Yunxia sat down when the barbecue was almost done. She did not want to drink at first, but she could not resist the courtesy of her junior brothers. At the same time, Zhou Yunxia also wanted to drink a few glasses with Wang Zhong. When meeting someone you liked, you would have the same mentality. Drinking a few glasses together would be more romantic. Although they were all warriors, it was not as if nothing happened after drinking. After 3 rounds of drinking, the few of them were a little drunk. When they felt that it was about time, Zhou Yunxiu suggested that they leave. However, before they left, everyone discussed helping to clean up the dishes. You guys go back first. Leave these to us, Zhou Yunxia said. How can we do that? A disciple smiled honestly. Yes, we'll take care of the pots and pans. Zhou Yunxiu deliberately created an opportunity for her sister. She deliberately pulled the others and said, Okay, my sister has spoken. Leave when she says. Everyone quickly left. In the originally noisy courtyard, only Wang Zhong and Zhou Yunxia were left. Zhou Yunxia was like a little wife, silently cleaning up the dishes on the table. Wang Zhong touched his nose and said, It's so late. Let me do it. You go back and rest. You don't have to be so polite with me. Zhou Yunxia rolled her eyes at Wang Zhong and said while cleaning up, You're a man. You're not careful when doing housework. Go rest. I'll do it. It had to be said that any normal man would be moved by such a considerate girl. However, Wang Zhong deeply understood that he could not promise Zhou Yunxia anything now. So the two of them cleaned up together. After a long time, when they were done, Zhou Yunxia asked curiously, Atu, what do you usually do at this time at night? Cultivate. What about you? Me too. The two of them looked into each other's eyes. Under the night sky, Zhou Yunxia still wanted to say something, but Wang Zhong coughed and said, Senior Sister, I'm going to cultivate. I'm going to leave too. Zhou Yunxia felt a sense of loss, but she still walked out. As soon as she walked out, the door closed. Junior brother Atu doesn't like me? Zhou Yunxia felt an indescribable sadness in her heart. She thought that she had been very obvious. She could tell from the behavior of her younger brother and the group of junior brothers. If even they could see it, how could Atu not see it? However, Atu still did not say anything. Did he like Shandai? Zhou Yunxia walked back to her room in a daze. Wang Zhong was alone in the room preparing the medicinal liquid to take a bath. This was a job he did every night. His whole body was soaked in the medicinal liquid, transforming his muscles and bones. With the help of the medicinal liquid, the Tyrannosaurus constitution was quickly purified. His strength was already very strong, but the nine-tailed fox constitution did not change at all. He had one tail before, and now he still had one tail. What's going on? Wang Zhong sighed. He felt that he would never know the truth here. If he wanted to find out, he had to go to the territory of the demon race. After a while, when my strength is enough, I'll go to the demon race. Chapter 455. For the next few days, Zhou Yunqiu and the others came to work every day. Finally, after 7 days they were done. On this day, everyone ate together as usual. Zhou Yunqiu was still silently preparing the barbecue. Although Wang Zhong and Zhou Yunqiu didn't say anything, in the eyes of outsiders like Zhou Yunqiu, they were a couple. Another 3 days passed. On this day, Wang Zhong was looking at some maps of the demon territory in the pavilion. His ears twitched, and he heard footsteps behind him. "Shindai, why are you here again?" Wang Zhong greeted without turning his head. "Are you a dog? Your ears are so sharp." Today, Shindai was wearing white and red clothes. Her hair was tied into 2 ponytails. She looked like a mischievous spirit. Wang Zhong frowned. "What are you talking about? Why are you here?" "Of course I'm here to challenge you. My challenge isn't over yet. I didn't come because I saw that you were busy," Wang Zhong said unhappily. "Are you hurt by me?" "Nonsense, of course it hurts. That's why I want to defeat you." Shindai gritted her teeth and shouted while swinging her 2 ponytails. "You're crazy. You don't understand. I must defeat you." "Why?" "Because," Shindai suddenly said, "you talk too much nonsense. In short, I want to defeat you." "Rude." Wang Zhong snorted and stood up. "I must teach you a lesson. You're young but you talk big. I've already studied your moves. Die." Shindai obviously came prepared. She knew that Wang Zhong's main strength was his extraordinary strength, so she chose to stay away from Wang Zhong. Shindai circled Wang Zhong from afar and attacked. Sometimes she kicked, sometimes she threw punches. In her opinion, Wang Zhong was strong and exhausted. Moreover, strong people would be clumsy. She would slowly exhaust Wang Zhong to death. It had to be said that her strategy must have been taught by an expert. Unfortunately, even that expert probably didn't know that Wang Zhong's trump card wasn't just strength. In the face of Shindai's harassment, Wang Zhong didn't want to waste any time. In order to prevent her from harassing him, Wang Zhong took advantage of the opportunity and grabbed Shindai's ankle. "You!" Before Shindai could speak, Wang Zhong pressed her down on the stone table. Her posture of lying on the table was not very elegant. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else around, she would have been embarrassed to death. "What are you doing?" "What? Didn't you say challenge?" "I'm fighting you." Wang Zhong snorted softly and slapped the meaty mountain. "Pa!" The 2 pieces of meat jiggled like jelly. You. Feeling the burning pain, Shindai was dumbfounded. "He actually hit me there." "Pa! Another hit." I'll fight you," Shindai shouted. But her strength was not as great as Wang Zhong's. She was suppressed to the point that she couldn't move. "Do you admit defeat?" Wang Zhong asked. "No. You." "Good. I'll beat you until you admit defeat." Wang Zhong's stubbornness flared up. With a cold snort, he slapped Wang Zhong again. Shindai didn't have any strength left. She could only grit her teeth and bear it. After being hit several times in a row, Shindai was ashamed and angry. Suddenly she felt itchy and had a different kind of stimulation. "I can't believe I thought so. Shindai, how can you do this?" I admit defeat." Shindai was worried about being seen again and could only beg for mercy. Wang Zhong released her. "If you dare to come again, I'll hit you again." "Humph." Shindai stared at Wang Zhong with a complicated expression. "Why are you so powerful? If you work harder, you'll be like me," Wang Zhong said lightly. But you can't hit me there," Shindai said rudely. "As long as you don't harass me, I won't do anything to you." "You? Fine, forget it. I won't talk to you anymore. Today I lost the challenge. I'll come again." Shindai ran away with a red face. Wang Zhong ignored Shindai. He didn't expect that Shindai seemed to be addicted to his beatings, and kept finding trouble with him. 3 days later, Shindai ran again. I want to challenge you. Pa pa pa. Are you afraid? If you dare to come again, I'll hit you harder. Wang Zhong threatened. Green mountains don't change, green water flows forever. Just you wait. Shindai ran away with a red face. 2 days later, Shindai ran again. This time I'll definitely defeat you. Pa pa pa. Let's see if you dare to come again. Wang Zhong threatened again. You. Humph, just you wait. Shindai ran away again with a red face. 1 day later, Shindai ran again. Let's fight. Is this the end of the fun? Wang Zhong was so angry that he beat her again. Papa. Just you wait, I'll definitely defeat you. Shindai looked at Wang Zhong affectionately and ran away with a red face. Looking at Shindai's back, Wang Zhong felt that something was amiss the more he thought about it. This woman couldn't have gotten addicted to being beaten by him, right? For a moment, Wang Zhong's back was drenched in cold sweat. The next day, to Wang Zhong's relief, Shindai didn't come this time. Fortunately, she's finally afraid. Late at night, Wang Zhong looked at the moonlight inside. He took off his clothes and prepared to soak in the medicinal liquid. But at this time, hurried footsteps could be heard outside the door. Shindai. Before she arrived, Wang Zhong smelled the unique scent on Shindai's body. It was a floral scent. Shindai opened the door and saw that Wang Zhong hadn't bathed yet. A trace of disappointment flashed in her eyes. Shindai, what do you want now? Wang Zhong grinned, somewhat helpless. I want to challenge you. You want to be beaten by me on purpose, right? Shindai was embarrassed when Wang Zhong said her true thoughts, but she didn't let it go. What are you talking about? I want to challenge you. After saying that, she pounced. At first glance, Shindai didn't use any strength and was easily subdued by Wang Zhong. Aya, you're so strong. Shindai turned around and said with some embarrassment. Looking at Shindai's charming appearance, Wang Zhong's heart was like dead ashes. It's over, it's over. Shindai came in the middle of the night with a premeditated plan. Sure enough, Shindai followed Wang Zhong's hand and turned around. She looked into Wang Zhong's eyes and said with a smile, You seem to be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. And then why don't you hit me? Are you asking for a beating? I'm asking for a beating. I want to be beaten by you. Shindai's face was red, but her attitude seemed to be firm. Shindai's personality had always been straightforward, so she had no problem saying these words. A few days ago, Shindai had fought with Wang Zhong. After being bullied, she was very angry when she returned. However, she unexpectedly felt that it was strange. She wanted to try it again. Therefore, she often came to find trouble with Wang Zhong. She now felt that she was addicted to being beaten. Because of this, she found that she liked Wang Zhong. Only the person she loved would be willing to be beaten like this. Wang Zhong understood that Shindai was confessing. He took a step back and said, Don't say it lest people misunderstand. I've already said so. Don't you understand what I mean? Shindai said in a gentle voice. I haven't thought of anything else for the time being. I hope you can understand, Wang Zhong said. Okay. Shindai lowered her head in disappointment. She was a girl, and she was already like this, but Atu was still like this. She felt very uncomfortable and suddenly said, Atu, do you know why I have to challenge you? Didn't you not want to say? When he asked her that day, Shindai wanted to say it, but she suddenly stopped. It was a little strange. I didn't want to say it, but it's not that I can't say it. It's just that I want to tell you, so don't tell anyone. Wang Zhong nodded, indicating okay. Shindai said, When I was young, my father said that he had already betrothed me to someone. When I grew up, I found out about that person's identity. I didn't agree. My father said that only if I can defeat all the personal disciples and become strong enough, can I choose my other half. So it's like that. Wang Zhong understood. No wonder you always challenge us personal disciples. Yes, but when I'm with you, I feel very happy. I think that I don't have to defeat you. I can change the way. Seeing Shindai getting closer and closer, Wang Zhong said, Senior sister Shindai, it's getting late. I know. Do you think I'm not good looking? No, it's just that we're still young. Do you understand? Of course I know. Hee hee hee. Suddenly, Shundai beamed with joy and took a step back. I really didn't misjudge you. Wang Zhong was a little dumbfounded. What was she doing now? She was happy one moment and depressed the next. She was too good at messing around. To be honest, I was just testing you to see if you could withstand the temptation. Very good, you passed. You're right. We're still young, so wait for us to grow up. Shundai seemed to have found a very good plan. After saying that, she turned and left with a smile. After that, Shundai didn't challenge him. However, from time to time, she would ask about his well-being, which annoyed him to no end. Zhou Yunxia also came to talk about formations from time to time. Sometimes, when the two girls met, they could almost see each other's thoughts. Love rivals, through her friends. Zhou Yunxiu also knew that Shundai was looking for Wang Zhong from time to time. Smack! In Zhou Yunxiu's room, she slammed the table and said angrily, Shundai, that girl. How dare she compete with my sister? Big brother, bear with it. Senior sister Shundai is the daughter of the sect leader. We can't beat her. Yes, in terms of strength, I'm afraid we're not a match for Shundai even if we join forces. Moreover, everyone knows senior apprentice sister Shundai's character. She will definitely seek revenge for those who provoke her. In the past, there was a disciple who said that senior apprentice sister Shundai had a bad temper behind her back. Coincidentally, Shundai happened to pass by and overheard it. At that time, Shundai continuously challenged him for 15 days and directly knocked him down a level. Senior sister Shundai is really terrifying. Everyone couldn't help but tremble. Zhou Yunxiu smiled calmly. Don't worry, I'm not looking for trouble with her. I have a good plan. Chapter 456. Big Brother Yunxiu, do you have a good idea? Looking at the curious eyes, Zhou Yunxiu smiled and looked at a sweet-looking boy. Lu Junmei. Big Brother Yunxiu, what's the matter? You're the most handsome here. Lu Junmei was surprised. Everyone knows that I'm handsome. It's very troublesome for me. But why did Big Brother Yunxiu mention this? You're so handsome. Usually many girls like you. I want you to pursue Shundai. Zhou Yunxiu thought about it. With Shundai's temperament, she probably didn't have a deep relationship with Wang Zhong. At this time, their ultimate weapon, the handsome Lu Junmei, would definitely be able to pursue Shundai. At the very least, Wang Zhong would be able to see Shundai's infidelity and see his sister Zhou Yunxia's good side again. This plan was simply perfect. What? Lu Junmei turned pale with fright. The surrounding people were also stunned. Lu Junmei, if you pursue Shundai, you'll first solve my sister's problem. Also think about it. She's the daughter of the sect master. If you and Shundai are together, don't forget about us brothers in the future. Forget your sister. That Shundai's temper is irritable. Everyone in the sect knows that. Lu Junmei immediately refused. I don't think I'm qualified for this job. Junmei, I'll leave it to you. No. Did you forget how I helped you when you were bullied? Did you forget how I helped you ask for the body tempering liquid when your cultivation progress was slow? Did you forget how I brought money to visit your parents when they were sick? Did you forget how your girlfriend was alone in an empty room? Forget it, let's not talk about this. In short, have you forgotten our brotherhood? It's not like I'm going to climb a mountain of swords or plunge into a sea of fire. You really won't even help me with this small matter? Although Lu Junmei refused in every way possible, Zhou Yunxiu was their boss. Under Zhou Yunxiu's earnest persuasion, Lu Junmei agreed. Okay, I'll pursue her. The next day, Lu Junmei deliberately brushed past Shundai to get close to her. Senior sister Shundai, what a coincidence. I just happened to bring some pastries down the mountain. They're delicious. Do you want some? Get lost. Oh, on the third day, Lu Junmei pretended to meet Shundai again. Senior sister Shundai, I heard that there's a juggling troupe at the foot of the mountain. It's really good. I bought tickets. Scram. On the fourth day, senior sister Shundai. Bang, bang, bang. Shundai kicked and beat Lu Junmei. After the deed was done, Lu Junmei lay on the ground and wailed in pain. Senior sister Shundai, why did you do this? I hate pretty boys like you. Stay away from me in the future. Zhou Yunqiu's plan had failed. Zhou Yunqiu wasn't convinced at first, but something happened the next day, which forced her to stop all her plans. Because someone from the Zhou family had come. According to the report from the Zhou clan, one of their mines was suddenly seized by a large clan. In the past, the two clans were like fire and water. Now for this mine, the two clans were in a stalemate. Therefore, the Zhou family sent someone over to ask Zhou Yunqiu and Zhou Yunxia to come to their rescue. At the same time, they also hoped that the Zhongshan sect would send someone to help. Sects seemed to be detached from the secular world, but in fact, sects and large clans were inextricably linked. For example, the cultivation materials, medicinal herbs, food, clothing, and money needed by sects were all contributed by the secular world. Otherwise, it would be unrealistic for sects to support so many people. After receiving the news, sect master Shen Wangquan immediately responded and arranged for Zhou Yunxia and Zhou Yunqiu to leave the next day. At the same time, he also sent 30 disciples to help. At night, Zhou Yunxia came to Wang Zhong's residence. "Atu, I'll be leaving tomorrow. I just heard about your situation from the other disciples. Is it convenient for you to solve it?" Wang Zhong asked. Zhou Yunxia shook her head. "I'm not sure about the situation there. In the past few years, a genius has appeared in the clan that was hostile to us. He even married the daughter of another local clan. Now that the two clans have merged, it's becoming more and more difficult for us to deal with them. This is also why my parents sent me and Yunqiu here. They want us to become stronger. If there's anything you need help with, I can go over," Wang Zhong said. Zhou Yunxia joked. "You're now the most valued disciple of our Zhongshan sect. What if you get hurt? I can't explain it to the sect master. I'm not that easy to get hurt. I came this time to say goodbye to you. After today, I don't know when I'll be back." Wang Zhong was curious. "What's wrong?" "My parents have been urging me to go back, but I kept saying that I was cultivating. If I go back now, I'm afraid they won't let me come back. Also what? They've always wanted me to marry the eldest son of a local clan, so that they can form a marriage alliance and fight against the Fang clan." After saying this, Zhou Yunxia looked at Wang Zhong meaningfully. "Do you want me to marry him?" Wang Zhong didn't know how to respond. He hadn't even solved his own problems yet. How could he promise someone else? With a sigh, Wang Zhong said honestly, "It's not that I don't want to respond to you, but I also have a lot on my shoulders. I don't want you to suffer too." Zhou Yunxia suddenly smiled. "Since you said that, I understand." Suddenly, Zhou Yunxia hugged him. Wang Zhong froze on the spot. "Senior Sister Zhou. Don't call me Senior Sister Zhou. Just call me Yunxia or Little Xia." Wang Qing didn't expect Senior Sister Zhou to be so proactive. "Atu, I don't know when I'll see you again after this. Let's talk quietly for a while." Zhou Yunxia's voice was unusually soft. Wang Zhong was also human. Even if he didn't want to let Zhou Yunxia down, his heart softened at this moment. The next day, Zhou Yunxia and Zhou Yunqiu left the sect with their team. In addition to the disciples that the sect master had promised to support, he also sent 3 elders to go with them. Because they were worried that they would be attacked again, they chose to go on the official road this time. The official road was protected by the city lord's mansion. No matter how powerful the puppet sect was, they wouldn't dare to act rashly in broad daylight. After Zhou Yunxia left, Wang Zhong returned to his house. Looking at the vegetable garden that he and Zhou Yunxia planted together, he suddenly felt quite disappointed. "I'm still too weak. If I had the strength to crush them, I wouldn't have to worry about these troublesome things." Wang Zhong shook his head and sighed. He continued to cultivate. Now, in addition to cultivating, he also studied some small formations. These small formations were engraved on some scrolls. If he used them, he could directly use the scrolls. In the future, when he went out, these formations would be a small trump card. This is a defensive formation scroll. This is a formation scroll to replenish spiritual energy. This is a killing formation. This is an illusion formation. Wang Zhong put these formation scrolls into his spatial ring. These days were very leisurely. Although Zhou Yunxia was no longer around, the disciples were still the same as before. cultivating step by step. However, 10 days later, news came from the Zhou family again. The Zhou family's sworn enemy, the Fang family, suddenly had a group of puppet sect helpers. The puppet sect actually joined forces with the Fang family. It seems that the Zhou family's mine riot wasn't that simple. It should have been premeditated. In the Zhongshan sect's meeting hall, Chen Wangquan looked at the elders and some of the main disciples talking. The puppet sect has been eyeing the Zhou family's formations for a long time. This time, they joined forces with the Fang family to deal with the Zhou family. I'm afraid it really is a conspiracy, an elder said. Yes, we should go and help. Otherwise, if the Zhou family falls, the puppet sect will become more powerful. Moreover, everyone knows that the Zhou family and our Zhongshan sect are allies. We can't just watch them die. After the elders said that, Wang Zhong said, Sect Master, I'm willing to go. No. Unexpectedly, Shen Dai was the first to object. Atu, you are a direct disciple. Although you are strong, you haven't cultivated to a high level. You should cultivate more in the sect. That's right. Even the head elder said. Atu, your future is limitless. Leave this matter to us. You don't need to worry. In the end, after the discussion, Chen Wangquan ordered to send another 50 disciples, led by direct disciple Chen Di, to the Zhou family. With so many people leaving in two groups, the number of people in the sect decreased significantly. However, 3 days later, the Zhou family reported that the Zhou family and the Fang family had started to negotiate. It seemed that the Fang family also felt that even if they joined forces with the puppet sect, they wouldn't be able to take down the Zhou family. However, this good news didn't last long. Suddenly, a tragedy happened in a fishing village at the foot of the mountain. In one night, more than 30 people in the fishing village mysteriously disappeared. Only the corpse of a puppet was left at the scene. The next day, a few villagers carried the corpse of the puppet to the Zhongshan sect for help. Sect Master, this is the puppet. It's a pity that more than 30 people in our village suddenly disappeared. There's no news now. Please help us. The villages and towns at the foot of the Zhongshan mountain range were all under the influence of the Zhongshan sect. Whoever committed a big crime in these areas would be dealt with by the Zhongshan sect. Of course, the government would also take care of things, but the power of the government was limited. Therefore, even the government would usually ask for help from the Zhongshan sect. This time, there were 2 constables from the city lord mansion who came with the villagers. The constable with a strong cultivation base cupped his hands and said, My initial guess is that the puppet sect captured the villagers and used them to make puppets. However, I really don't understand how they could transport so many people away. Bang! On the high platform, Chen Wangquan slammed the table and said angrily, There's only one possibility. The puppet sect must have a stronghold nearby to make puppets. We must find this stronghold. Yes, such an evil method must be eradicated. In his seat, Wang Zhong frowned. Strange, too strange. Would the puppet sect be so stupid as to capture more than 30 people at once? Moreover, they left a corpse of a puppet at the scene. According to the villagers, the corpse of the puppet was defeated by a villager with a cultivation base. However, with how evil the puppet sect was, how could they not take revenge? There must be something fishy about this. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.